I feel there could be a meeting around March, April time, really, if the way things are looking now. But I do think, obviously, communication before, but all the very best, lovely. Take care.
Ah, there you go. Thank you very much for your message there. If you're calling in for a reading right now, don't forget Karen Brown and Raymond have just logged in. They are available if you want to go through to speak to them. We're on the show on TV until 9 o'clock, and then we go online for our special hours. We've got something extra for you. So make sure you get yourself online, download the app if you haven't got that already, or join us on social media. But for a phone reading, Karen Brown 4073 and Raymond on 4765. Our next text for Laura says, I'm looking for a lovely lady to whip me back into shape. Been out of competing sports for 20 years. Is it too late to get back into it? Thanks from Mick.
Right, okay. I feel like it will go reverse. You're getting yourself back into shape in a way that's comfy for you, and then you're going to attract someone who's on your wavelength. So, Mick, let's have a little look. Back out of competing for 20 years. As long as you're gentle with it, just be gentle with yourself. I feel like you're maybe the kind of person that wants to throw themselves back in the deep end and then go ow, 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 and then feel like, oh. So it's just not to get put off by the fact that actually this is going to be just taking this slowly for a little while. It's not too late to get back into it. I don't feel it is too late to, but I would say just taking it as small steps, simply because I feel that you're likely to throw yourself in the deep end and then get put off. So yeah, I do feel you can get back into it. I do feel you will get back into it in your own way. And then I do feel as you're doing so, there does seem to be someone there around you. I feel it's as you're making some changes, I'm seeing someone coming in. So it's taking the steps for you. I get romantic. March to May feels more romantic for you. I don't feel a lady's going to come and whip you into shape. I feel like you're going to start doing this for yourself, and then in that process of change, you're going to meet somebody on the way, and that'll give you more inspiration to keep going. All the best. Thank you, Mick.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Normally when you get into a relationship, it's the reversal, isn't it? You get too comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh,
they don't whip you into shape, yeah.
They just bring ice cream over to you. It's ice cream. Okay. I was going to go to the gym.
There you go. Well, good luck with that, Mick. Thank you very much for your message. A few more. We will get Laura to the phone line shortly, everybody. We'll be catching up with some of the at-home psychics as well. So if you did want a little bit more with your readings, you get that on the phones. So, Laura, please. Hi, lovely. Could I have a love reading for me and my hubby? Thank you, Julie.
Hi, lovely. Good evening, Julie. Nice to hear from you. Of course you can. A love reading for you and your hubby. The King of Cups, I get more of an emotionally opening up energy with him, and that feels good. I do feel this is challenging for him in a way as well, because, and that's not a bad thing. I'm getting him being challenged out of his comfort zone a little bit, and that might feel a bit feel chaotic for him, but I actually do feel there's a more of a gentleness and openness between the both of you coming in. So what I would say is trying different things, not saying you have to go crazy and do something totally different, but it feels keeping you both on your toes or keeping you both in new energy at the moment, particularly while I feel like a bit of a second honeymoon period coming in. That's why I just feel like if you feel like actually tonight we're going to do this, or maybe when you do go out for a meal, you're going out just doing something a little bit different. It just feels this lovely sense of courting again around the both of you, because I feel that he's been kept on his toes a bit at the moment, and that feels positive to kind of get into a new era with the both of you, and then it feels you're both feeling much more comfortable, much more happy. I feel like you're really reconnecting actually, and it looks really lovely. All the best. Thank you, Julie. Take care.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much for that question there. If you have just joined us, welcome to Psychic Today. We've got Laura Dallaghan going through your questions at this moment in time. We've got Raymond and Karen on the phone lines at the moment. One of them will be joining me shortly. Oh, Teresa and Frida Joy have just come available. So Teresa and Frida Joy, they're on our home team. They're always really busy. So if you do see them available, grab them quickly. So Teresa's on 4871 and Frida Joy is on 4636. Christian Martin is there, by the way, just to let you know, because I know he's popular with lots of viewers. But he is busy at the moment. Okay, more questions. Our next one. Lovely Laura, may I have a career reading? How are things going at MT for me? Any changes or progression coming up soon? Any insights? 11 Light J, 23rd the 6th, 81.
Hi, great, thank you. A career reading, of course you can. So the first card comes up is very career-driven, actually, anyway. So the Princess of Pentacles is someone who is really focusing on moving forward with their career. What I get is actually there could be some delays about progression, and that's nothing to do with you. You're doing everything that's right, but I get the company itself maybe going into a situation where there's changes within the structure, something happening or shifting, and I get after your birthday or around your birthday, if not just before, I feel that time, it could be just before or just after, but particularly after your birthday is when this is almost like you're going into a new level, you feel really positive, there feels to be so much more satisfaction with what you're doing. Beforehand, I feel that you're just feeling like banging your head against a brick wall, possibly until the springtime when you make a stand about something, and I feel after that time things seem to look really, really positive for you. So it feels like just kind of watching this, anything that's going slowly isn't because of you, but I do feel what is going on with the company will make you go, actually, no, I deserve this, and I feel you'll be having a discussion about that a little bit later. Thank you.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much for your question there. I'm going to do probably about 3 more questions.
3 more.
And then we're going to get yourself to the phone line so you can speak to our lovely viewers. Next question says, hi girls, a love reading for 2019, please, Lady B.
Oh, Lady B. Hello, thank you. Good evening. Okay, it's a big, obviously it's quite a big year. So let's see what we get as a theme for you, for love. We can't really go into the whole year in a minute, but let's see what we get as a theme for you for love. Wow, lovely, gorgeous energy. So I have put a few cards for this theme. The first part of the year is the 5 of Swords, and that is release, release, release. Express anything that's been holding you back, any anger you feel for someone, any frustration, any situation that hasn't worked out how you would like it. This is actually a time of really processing that and not pretending it didn't happen, allowing it to come up and healing it. This is important because there's absolutely beautiful energy coming in for you love-wise. So it might start the year thinking, that wasn't, something coming up from the past. But you've got the Ace of Cups, which is absolutely, it's like you've cleared it all out and now everything feels really blossoming and lovely for you. I feel you're going to a place where you're in a bit of a better state and you've got quite high standards about what you want love-wise, and that feels good. I do feel it's more the second part of the year, you get more settled. I feel July to October feels really lovely for you. You've got a great year for love, as long as you're just kind of clearing out work now. Really set your intentions high, look after yourself. There is someone absolutely brilliant coming for you, or a relationship that's going to blossom more and more. All the best, thank you.
Ah, exciting. There you go. Thank you very much for your message there. Now, viewers, we will be getting one of those psychics out of that room very shortly. So if you would like to go through to one of them, you've got Karen Brown on 4073. We've got Raymond on 4765. They have years of experience. They're really established. There's so much they can pick up within a reading for you. Lots of details, timings, descriptions. And they can give you guidance on what's to come, how to approach things, maybe how to get closure on things that maybe are holding you back. They have so much wealth of knowledge there.
They do. It can explode out the booth.
Well, I hope they don't explode.
It doesn't explode.
But yes, they definitely have a lot to offer. So there you go. You've got Karen Brown and Raymond. How are you excited about our new formats coming up?
I am indeed. It sounds exciting. It sounds different, and I like things shaking up, and I like to get a bit more chatty stuff in.
Yes.
A bit more talky talk.
They're going to be moving and shaking and chatting and a little bit extra. Can't say what
Extra.
that is.
No.
No.
The curls are just the beginning.
Yes. So stay tuned for that. We are going online and on social media from 9 o'clock until 12. It's our new format, so stay tuned for that. Right, let's do another question with Laura then. So our next one, Got to Laugh, says, hi Laura, please can I have a love reading? Any interest, please, or new?
Okay, hi lovely, Got to Laugh. Always like your name, that's fabulous. Okay, love reading for you. Any interests around you already? Let's have a little look. I feel like we have in the past, and we're putting a door on the past. I feel like the cards are going past, no. It's like no going back. This is about looking forward at the moment, and there's someone lovely coming in. I even feel like it's a good mental thing to do, to go actually closing a door, or feeling like you are shifting things around a bit with love this year, and it feels really positive to just go, actually this isn't what I want, and then actually really stop. We've got a full moon next week, the end of next week, and then it's a really great time to go, this is what I want, here is what and I feel like you're re-envisioning what you want with love. I do feel, so for some reason, putting an end mark on something, a stop, is going to really be positive for you to start opening new doors. Yes, there's love coming in. I feel there's a flirting, there's a passion around you. I've got the Gemini energy coming in. It could be a Gemini person, or it could be in the time of Gemini, which is May, June for you. But I feel like it feels to me that you're putting yourself in a new era, in a new space. You're letting go hugely of something, and I feel like it's quite exciting energy around you as we come to the springtime. All the very best. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Got to Laugh, for your message there. So we're going to do one final question, then we're going to get Laura to the phone lines for the first time tonight. If you want to get a head start, get yourself on the app. If you haven't done that already, you can download it through the App Store. It's Mystical, or you can go to the web browser and put www.mystical.com. You can register for free, you can access all our psychics that way, and use some of our other services. So last message for you who says, feeling I'm always in the wrong wherever I turn. What's going on, please? Julie, Taurus, love and light, and thank you.
Hi, right, okay. So is this with other people? I think it's good if things keep repeating. It's kind of annoying, but good to kind of look at what actually is coming up. So you're worrying too much about what other people are thinking, and Nine of Swords is over worrying about things. And the more we over worry, the more we kind of get thrown off our path and get thrown off our centre. And the more you get thrown off your centre, you kind of think, oh my God, I'm in the wrong. And I feel like it's been like a shuttlecock between people, and you're not able to go, no, this is me. So the Nine of Swords is saying, if you can, stop worrying about people. Not the people you care about, but you know what I mean. Stop worrying about who thought what and who felt that and who's saying that. I feel take a step back from certain people that are triggering you. Really analyse, okay, when I talk with this person, do I feel good when I go away? Do I feel bad? What's going on? And I feel taking a step back is going to be really important. I do feel like it's more you're on burnout in some way, and you've not for a while put yourself first, and then everybody else is putting you, you know, all over the place as well. So don't, if you can, tactics to stop worrying about things feel really positive. Take a step back from certain people that aren't making you feel great right now, just temporarily. Restock, refocus on what makes you excited, what makes you feel passionate. That feels really important. By end of February, beginning of March, you're just in a really, really positive space, and you're clearing out a little bit, and you're not taking on everyone's burdens, which I feel like at the moment you are. I feel like if things keep happening, it's a bit of a sign to stop and really look at why this is. And I don't feel it's you being in the wrong. I just feel like you've taken on too much of other people's stuff. All the best, thank you.
Ah, bless you. Thank you very much for your message. Right, well, the time has come for Laura to be joining her colleagues and logging into the phone lines now.
Fabulous.
What more can our viewers get by actually speaking to you in person?
Oh, well, hopefully quite a lot, because we've only got a minute. That's so small. And I bet you guys at home are going, yeah, but what about this? What about this? Back at the TV, and I can't hear you, but I could if you rang me.
Yes.
So we can go into anything a bit more in detail. Plus, it is a TV thing. You don't probably want, you know, everything on air.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about a relationship or your dreams, your hopes, or some dates you've got coming up for you, we can go a lot more in depth on the phone.
Brilliant. Well, let's get you to the phone lines then. Thank you very much,
lovely.
Laura.
Bye.
We will see you later on. So all three psychics are going to be on the phone lines now for you, and three very established and so much experience that they have behind them to really go in depth with those readings. So if you're brand new to the show, we haven't just appeared overnight. We have been running for nearly 15 years. Yes, this year it'll be 15 years that we have been running, and these psychics, some of them have been with us since the beginning. And if they haven't, they've been doing lots of other work, working with their private practice, traveling the world, doing workshops, doing seminars, doing live demonstrations, doing readings for celebrities, featuring in magazine articles. We're really lucky to have the psychics we have on board. Now, they can give you guidance about your life. What's happening this year? Where is your life heading in the future? Will there be a new relationship presented to you shortly? Are you going to get the job that you're going to next week? You've got an interview for? Will you be moving home this year, or even this week? Is it all going to go smoothly for you? What's the new place going to look like that you're going to move into? Is there going to be any delays? You might want to know about your children, how they're coping in school, how they're getting on with their education. You might want to know about going on holiday this year. Maybe think about inviting somebody that you've never been on holiday before. Would you have a good time? There is so much. You might want to know about your psychic work. Have you got what it takes to be a psychic? What you're experiencing, is it the real deal? We'll find out right now, because Karen Brown, Raymond, and now Laura Dallaghan are all on the phone lines. This is a great time to be getting involved with the show. We do ask you over the age of 18, no questions on finance, health, pregnancy or legal matters. But apart from that, there is so much that they can offer you on the phone lines. You might just want to get closure on something. You might want to know that you're just doing okay and that you need somebody just to, give you that sort of positivity to keep going with something if you haven't got the support around you at the moment. Maybe you just want to run some ideas past our psychics. It doesn't always have to be about predictions for the future. It could just be a little bit about life coaching or upliftment, empowerment. So if you want to speak to our psychics, there's Karen Brown, there's Raymond, and there's Laura Dallaghan, all working slightly differently. They've all got their own sort of ways, their own fortes, but try them out. I mean, if you want individual readings with all of them, you can, or if you want to stick with just the one, that's up to you. But there's loads of psychics, not only on the screen that you're seeing, but loads of psychics working from home. So grab the opportunity to speak to our psychics tonight. We've got an exciting show for you lined up. We've got lots of changes that are happening at the moment. We're on air until 9 o'clock on our home channel, and then we go online and on social media, and you don't want to miss that. The Psychic After Hours is bringing you so much more than we have for a long time. Things that we haven't been able to do before, we will be doing. So that's from 9 o'clock onwards. That's the Psychic After Hours. make sure you're joining us online or join us on social media. At the moment, though, of course, we're going to go through loads of your questions, and we'll still do that on the second part of the show as well. And just educating you and learning more about the psychic world and what it has to offer you, and looking at other people's questions and seeing whether it relates to you. There's loads of people that you can speak to. There's Joanna Scott, there's Teresa, there's Marissa, there's Jermaine. There's loads of psychics there. So give them a call and we'll catch up with some of them a little bit later on. Right, now we are going to tell you a little bit about email readings. Now, here we go. Email readings is something we've brought back in because of popular demand. People wanted them back within the show, and this is already proving to be really popular. This is something where you can really take time thinking about what you like to ask our psychics. You know, sometimes you'll have a reading, you put the phone down, you think, oh, I wish I'd asked that. So sometimes people like to, you know, prepare a little bit more, think about what they're going to ask, maybe go away, come back, put some more questions in there. And there's a couple of options that you have. So you have a standard response, which is 1 to 2 pages, and that's only £13.99. That's really good value for money. You've got an extended response, which is 3 to 4 pages. Imagine that, 3 to 4 pages. That's loads of details about your life. Or it could just be one question that tells you so much about the person or your relationship. Or it might be a year reading of 2019, giving you lots of dates to look out for. But that's going to cost you £29.99. But you really might want a studio psychic response. Lots of you like watching our psychics. Maybe you feel more of a connection with some of them you get to see or speak to. Well, in that case, at £39.99, one of our studio psychics will respond back to you. And that normally takes about 5 to 7 days. Obviously, they tune in like they would on the show, but they have to write it all out and then send it back to you. So yeah, you can go straight to our customer service at psychictoday.com. You can obviously request an email reading. They'll get back to you with all the details there. Or you can go to our customer service on this number as well if you want to find out a little bit more on 0808 206 7777, and that's a free number if you want to have a little chat to them about it as well. So email readings are back. Now, coming up on the show, we are going to be catching up with some more of our psychics. We've got our psychic takeovers as well, where some of our psychics you'll get to know, see how they work. They'll be going through some of those questions. We are going to be catching up with one of them in just a second to say hello to you first, tell you a little bit about themselves, and see what they have to for you. But in the meantime, just so you know, Joanna Scott has just logged in, everybody. Joanna Scott is one of our studio psychics, psychic astrologer. I just heard Laura saying something about, I thought, either a full or a new moon next week, and that has a lot of power behind it. Sometimes it's manifestation, sometimes it's about letting go, about putting out your wishes. So it might be a powerful time coming up. So it'd be worth speaking to Joanna Scott about that and seeing what that has to offer you. But we are going to catch up now with Sherry, one of our psychics working from home, so she can tell you a little bit about herself. So good evening, Sherry.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Just so cold, isn't it? I'm by the fire at the moment.
Oh, I know, the cold weather is approaching. Well, at least you work from home, which is good for our viewers.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Sherry, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and the ways that you work.
Okay, so I am a very creative person, so I do a lot of writing in work as well as doing readings for people. So I use all my senses. So when I use the angel cards to tap into higher energies, but I also see images and I pick up things from feelings and about the person that I'm speaking to, and I also hear information. So I use all three to get like a full picture of what's going on. I do specialise a lot in love. I also focus on work and money and life paths and all that kind of thing, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to get you to look at one of our viewers' questions in just a second, but just to quickly let the viewers know that this show is for entertainment purposes only. No questions on finance, health, pregnancy or legal matters if you are sending a question in for us today. Well, let's do this question that's come on the screen then with you, Sherry, that says, feeling I'm always in the wrong... Oh, actually, we just did this one with Laura. Let's bring up a fresh one for you. So another text message just coming through. In the meantime, everybody, Karen Brown has come available. So our studio psychic, Karen Brown, if you want to go through to her while we're speaking to Sherry, Karen Brown is on pin number 4073. 4073 for Karen Brown. Sherry's live on air, 6925. If you want to speak to her afterwards, you'll be able to get hold of her. But this question here says, a reading for my husband, please. He's 16th of the 7th, 47. Where will home be in 2019? Will it be in Spain or England? Sagittarius lady.
Hello, Sagittarius lady. Lovely to hear from you. For your husband, right? I'm going to pick out some 3 cards here. Okay, so it is showing actually overseas. It is showing across the ocean. Whether it's going to be sometimes, in time it's very difficult to give exact timing, but definitely I can see all the energies going over to Spain. So you are definitely both going to endeavour to make sure that happens. So I definitely feel that you are going to get there. There's a lot of communication about this. I see a lot of paperwork about it. So I would say, yes, potentially, I would say if it doesn't happen in 2019, it will definitely happen in 2020. So, and I definitely feel that, your hearts and souls, it's almost like you both feel much more connected spiritually with Spain and feeling at home there than you do in the countries that you're in. So yeah, it looks good. Just don't get too drained about it. Don't worry about it. It will all happen. Just sow the seeds, and it will all happen in the right time. So I'll leave that with you and wish you all the best.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Right, well, viewers, you can have a reading with Sherry, one of many of our psychics that works from home. If you want to get hold of Sherry, you can do that through our app, or you can just call directly for the number on the screen and enter her PIN number 6925. Sherry, thank you very much. Enjoy your readings.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
There you go. So once again, viewers, this show is for entertainment purposes only. No questions on finance, health, pregnancy or legal matters if you're calling in this evening. I know you might hear me say that quite often, but we just have to make sure that everyone that joins us, some people just channel hop, that are all on the same page and we know what's what. At the moment, we do have Karen Brown and Raymond Castrogiovanni available. One of them is going to be joining me shortly back here in the studio. But if you want to speak to them in person and find out what's going on in your lives, whether it's relationships, family, work, house moves, psychic development, these are all areas that our psychics can look into for you. You all have free will, what you do with the details that you receive from our psychics today. So, you can take it on board or discard it. We all have to be responsible for our own actions. But what they can do is really empower you, uplift you, show you the bigger picture, guide you on, those decisions that you might have, looking at what are the sort of options, or maybe which option might be more suitable for you, which one might have more challenges you need to overcome. But if you do want to have a little look and see what this year represents for you, is it a go-getting year? Is it a home life year, settling down? Is it about making sort of improvements on your property? Is it a love year, maybe meeting that one or doing more with your relationship, getting commitment that you might want? Is it about travelling this year? So 2019 has a lot in store. We've only just begun. So if you want to catch up with the psychics about that, Karen Brown 4073 or Raymond Castrogiovanni on 4765. But right now, we're going to show you some of our psychic services, and when we come back, we're going to be catching up with some of the psychics.
Mystical, your personal psychic companion app. You can watch a show live, get direct access to our psychics and their profiles, get your readings cheaper, have full control over your spending, and never miss one of Mystical's exclusive offers. You can send a text from the app straight to the show. Instant message one of our psychics for a quicker private text response. Check the schedule so you know when your favourite psychic is live. And we'll even give you a free text to the show every time you top up £5 or more. T's and C's may apply. Register for free and create your profile by downloading Mystical from your app store today. Keep it psychic.
Hello, my name is Karen Brown and my PIN number is 4073. I've been a psychic over 30 years and I got into it as many of my friends were interested in it, and I just really took it up as a hobby and never expected it to become my work, but I really love my work. Before I was a psychic, I was a hairdresser, and I always knew I wanted to be a hairdresser. I knew from the age of 8. It was as though I got a little bit of psychic insight of my sort of future profession. But I will say my psychic work has really took over more, but I do a little bit of hairdressing, and I do feel that it often comes through within my readings when picking up people, because I often pick up their hair, what their hair may look like, what colour their hair is. But I will say I do love my psychic work more. I would say my favourite song would be Robbie Williams' Angels, because I think it's a real sort of like touching sort of spiritual sort of song, and I really love it. I think the best place I've ever been really is Dubai, and seeing all like the beautiful hotels and the lovely beaches, and I feel it was just sort of like perfect and relaxing. I would probably say sort of many funny stories very much in my life, and I think it's more with like great times and sort of having laughs with my friends of like little antics that I've got up to, but I can't tell you because I may lose my job. I'd say what I bring to Psychic today is really like my love of the psychic way of working, because as I said, it's done so much for me as a person, because I always say like I found my sort of psychic path. I've really enjoyed it. You know, I've met some lovely people, I've done some teaching, I love actually working on TV, and it's just really brought me so much. So I feel what I actually bring to Psychic today is actually sort of giving back that way of working to you. I'm Karen Brown, and my PIN number is 4073.
Hi, my name is Victoria Armstrong and my PIN number is 6637. I've been working professionally as a psychic for about 12 years now, just over. So I am based in County Down in Northern Ireland. It's just, if you look at the map of Northern Ireland, there's a little arm, the peninsula comes out, and I live in the armpit at the top of Strangford Lough. It has to be, it's the understanding you get of people and of life in general. You do get to connect with people in a different way, but it's suddenly you realise that everybody's going through, there's always two struggles in people's lives where they conflict, and it's how they're trying to find their way through that. A lot of people enjoy the humour, because a lot of people do come on the phone and you can feel straight away they're down. And sometimes I like to poke at them a wee bit, and you know, and then eventually I can hear them smiling on the phone, and then eventually we do get some belly laughs going. But laughter is the best medicine, as I say. So I like to think of bringing that to the table. It's the insight as well, as I said earlier. It's about the understanding of people and where they're at, and feeling and reading their energy. My Reiki teacher, she inspired me to take up Reiki, which kind of opened up everything a lot more for me. She said she always asked her teacher, what do I do when I encounter somebody who doesn't believe in this side of things? And her teacher was American. She says, don't even bother. That was just, so I always think of that when somebody's trying to argue or pick an argument. I just don't do arguments anymore. So in my head, I just hear that American accent going, don't even bother. Is that possible? I do like my music. I like my sort of cheesy 80s music, but also like rock music. And I'm learning the guitar at the moment, electric guitar, because of AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, all the classics. And comedy, I like the old greats like George Carlin, fantastic insight that he had as a comedian. He was switched on, and even people like Robin Williams, his early days of stand-up, and just see how they've progressed from getting into the business that way and then through to being a well-known actor. I'm Victoria Armstrong, and you can catch me on PIN number 6637.
Is life chaotic and busy? Can't find the time for a psychic reading? Or maybe you want to try psychic out before going through to them on the phone lines? Texting the show is a quick and easy way to get some guidance. Text TV, leave a space, and then put your question and send it to 87777. Only £1.50 per message. And if you've never texted the show before, your first text is free. What are you waiting for? Text the show now.
Welcome back, everybody, to Psychic Today. So in tonight, you've got three really established psychics. I'm very excited to be working with them. Laura Dallaghan, Raymond Castrogiovanni, and Karen Brown, who you'll be seeing in just a few moments, actually. Karen Brown will be joining me back here on the front desk to go through some of those text messages that you've been sending through. But if you are brand new to all of this show has been running this year for 15 years. So a long time that we've been involved with the psychic world, bringing you the finest psychics we possibly can. They're all many different ways to cater for everybody's needs. Who asked over the age of 18, and please no questions on finance, health, pregnancy or legal matters. New format on the show coming up. Yes, stay tuned, because from 9 o'clock we are going online, we are on social media, and this is Psychic After Hours. Now we're going to be talking more, we're going to be going through your questions, but we're also bringing you an added extra we're not normally supposed to do, but oh yes, the handcuffs are off, and that's going to be coming up between 9 and 12. So make sure you've downloaded the app. If you haven't done that already, you can do that through the App Store, Mystical, or you can go to the web browser and enter www.mystical.com. You can register for free. You can then access all our psychics, so you can pay for your readings on there. You can then also instant message the psychics. So if you want a more private way of touch with the psychics, but through texting, because if you're walking the dog, if you haven't got time to watch a show because you're a busy bee, then you can instant message the psychics. It is very popular on our show, and that's £1 a message. So that gives you all the details on the app as well if you're interested. There it is on the screen at the moment. And it's that one conversation with a psychic I'll be getting back to. Tune in just like they would here, do it behind the scenes privately for you. So that's instantly on the app. Now, coming up, Karen Brown is going to be joining me back here in the studio, as I mentioned, telling us a little bit about herself, how she works. For your questions, we have room for more if you'd like to say in. But Raymond Castrogiovanni is available, and he's been doing this work for a long time. He's got some fabulous stories about how it works. And the people he's done readings for, high-profile people well known in the business and the industry. And he's so knowledgeable. He's so interesting. He's lovely to talk to. He's a caring guy, but he has loads of different ways to really fine-tune what he brings through for. He was on yesterday. He was very busy, so if you weren't able to get hold of him yesterday, you've got another opportunity to speak to him right now. So that's 4765 for the lovely Raymond Castrogiovanni, available to take your calls. Now, I've also just noticed Trisha Hudson has just logged in, one of our psychics from home. She has a big following. She's really popular. She does lots of general readings, so she looks at lots of areas on the phone lines, but love does tend to go to her as well. So Trisha Hudson's on 4679. And some of you have been waiting for Teresa tonight and Frida Joy. Well, they've come available. They were on calls a few moments, but they've come available now. So Frida Joy is on 636 and Teresa is on 4871. So those psychics are available. And then you've got our regulars with, again, lots of experience. Some of them are authors, like Amanda Eloise, written a book. You've got Joe in Thailand, who speaks 9 languages. You've also got Kevo, who's a very faithful psychic, been with us for a long time. You've got Sherry that we've just been speaking to live on air. If you like the sound of her, you can go straight to her for some reads. What a team! Real strong, powerful, nice psychics that are joining us this evening that you have access to. And the great thing is, you don't need to go anywhere, you don't need to make any appointments, you can spend as little as long as you'd like with them. This show is your show, so why not give psychics a call? Right, well, Joy back here, dazzling and sparkling in ways, going to be going through your questions and tell us a little bit about herself. Let's the lovely Karen Brown.
Hello, nice to be working with you.
Yeah, this is nice.
Once it's got, well, we've got a lovely team.
Lovely team.
Lovely production,
You,
lovely
Raymond
psychics.
and Laura, the production, all right.
They are, they're good. And all the people, all the psychics working from home as well. Is
Yeah.
Victoria logged in?
She is, yes.
Hi.
We're going to be catching up with her a little bit later on, yeah.
Good.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself, Karen. Well, not me. Tell the viewers, because I know a lot about you.
Psychic me. Well, funnily enough, I was just reviewing my profile, actually, when I was in the booth, and so that's quite interesting. And I'm Karen Brown, that camera. And I'm also a hairdresser, so I'm not only a psychic, I'm a hairdresser. And I just I'd say I wanted to be a psychic at the age of 13. And I have been a psychic over 35 years, so it's a long time. So that's why I'm updating my pro, because it says 25 on it. And it's a bit longer than that now. I think the reason I love being a psychic is because it was my hobby before it ever became my work. Was staying the hairdresser, but it's gone to reversal now. I'm more psychic, less hairdresser. And it's brought me some lovely experience. I think one of the lovely things it's brought me is and also at times when I've needed the support of it myself, it's been there. So, I've worked in one of the biggest departments done, and that did give some lovely experience. I've worked on a few television shows previous, and I don't know, it's just a journey that continues, and a journey that to me is all interesting, who you meet, what you do, because without the callers or without the face-to-face clients, we would not be a psychic. And sometimes, you know, the things that have been brought to me, I'm going to say good and bad. What I mean by bad, we have been going through something quite difficult. So when we've been able to give a reading on how exciting, you feel that really nice is ahead. So, yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, of course, we're going to be staying here going through some questions. Karen in action in just a second. Laura Dallaghan is available, by the way. She's finished her now. So, Laura Dallaghan, lovely to be working with her today. Nice to have her on board. We've also got Victoria Armstrong available. We'll be doing some of the psychic takeovers. So, you'll get to how she sounds and going through some of those questions. On giggling.
She's moved.
I know, yeah.
There she is.
Nice. Armstrong is there as well, 663. It's a great thing now about modern technology. No matter where you are, you'll be part of our show. Right, so we're going to these questions. Now, you love a love question, don't you, Karen?
I love. It's one of my preference areas, but I do like love.
Now, I know in our new film we're going to have a bit of a love section, so that's not board.
Brilliant.
But what is it about the love question you like?
Well, I sometimes feel in life, it's a funny way of putting it maybe, but I think we're ruled or heart ruled. So if ruled, we could be very much like the determination. I mean, really, I sometimes wish I was head ruled more than heart ruled. But I often feel when because of the heart, maybe when we're unhappy and around with the partner or we're a bit sick, someone maybe to complete our life. Sometimes the heart part of ourselves can get in the head part and sometimes can make us a little bit unhappy or can make us question ourselves. So if we're in a nice relationship, not a testing one or a difficult one, get the best from our heart. And also,
nice. And you said when people are sort of sick of hearing to say, you know, your friends, your family, I've heard it all before. I don't mind. Come and bother me. Tell me. I mean, if it's something that's on your mind and still bothering you and it hasn't, you know, you're open to people coming back into things again.
Well, so true, because I think we've all been there, you know, even hold my hands up as a psych. Sometimes you want to re-question, you want to just say to someone, you know, what feel, but when it's not just ask your friends and family, your friends and family will want the best situation for you. So I'd say get rid of him. You know, he's not really right sidekick. We may see that there's a subtle change in a few more weeks where you can come back on track, but probably your mum, your dad or your best friend may think, get rid of him, he's not treating you nice, because I fall into a protective mode.
Yeah, and it's funny actually, it just reminded me, it's not a love question, but just to reflect how it can also work in areas, because the other day my mum came around, can you come to the bathroom, not actually the bathroom, can you go to the bathroom store with me, because I'm trying to choose some tiles.
Yes.
She said, yes, I'll come with you. So we went to got some samples, came back, went upstairs, came back down, and then about an hour later, she said, oh, can you just one more time? She said, oh, I'm getting rid of this. It was only the second time I've been having a look at the tiles again because I want to make a decision. These are the things that I've been trying to decide for the last month, and I've asked you just twice in one day to come and help me, and you say this is boring. So people like that again, it might not be a lot. I could just come to you, Karen, and say, Karen,
so true.
I don't know which one to go for. What do you suggest?
And the bit I know, me and you were both Cancerians, as to revamping my bathroom in it. So that is really great. I was picking up the taps like that.
I did that as well.
Yes. No. Talk about it later. See the tops on it.
No, I went for the round one.
All these legs on the television, the square, the round. But how funny that we're both cancers. But I know what you mean. We just want that to have the patience for trials. You're going to put them up for a little while.
Exactly. You want to get it right. I don't want, then 10 years I'm looking at something I don't like.
No. But you don't really pull them down in 2 years, really.
Yeah, exactly. But things like that, that's just an everyday situation. How to be a tricky love question.
No.
I could have just brought that in.
You could.
Next time I will.
Well, I'm of it in the end.
I think I have.
I think you're close to the order.
I'm nearly there. Tomorrow I'm going to order it.
All I'll say, last thing, go with your gut feeling.
Okay, cool.
Go
Thank
with your
you.
gut feeling.
Right, now, viewers, we've got questions questions next, so get them in. If you're calling in for a reading, there's lots of psychics. Look, I've readings with Victoria Armstrong is one of them, Joy and Trisha Hudson. Right, first question we've got, when is content from A? Thanks, J, the second 70.
Okay, let's contact from the A and it's the J. So let's shuffle the cards and get them off. This person is difficult with their communication skills, not just at the moment as you are waiting for them, but they are difficult in general. And you often feel, J initial, often be the one that makes a little bit more of the communication. I look at the A initial, because Andrew, I'm not saying he is, but say I look at the A and get a vibration from that individual A that you have sent in. And he likes the chase a little, but then doesn't everybody like the chase? You get a little bit of the chase back. But this does seem a person that is not going to be significantly changing. And you have said communication, but when I backtrack on this, there is a feeling that you've had a little bit of a dispute or a little bit of disagreement, or maybe wanting things in very different ways. And I'm going to say in this friendship relationship, because it hasn't gone into the real relationship yet. The Four of Swords is a card of sitting and waiting, and that is very much what you're thinking. But also it is a card of contemplation. Does this person treat you with respect? Would they be really a perfect future partner? I put a question mark. I'm not quite sure. Do try to weigh up a little more than, will I just get communication? Will they communicate and will they change? Now, there is communication. I see that, but I'm not sure about the change. Thank you for your message.
Okay, thank you very much for that one there. Raymond has just come off an in-depth call. If you'd like to be the next person going through and speaking to him before he joins me here, he's on pin number 4765. 4765 for Raymond, ready to speak to some more of you viewers. Also, if you send a question in via text, it will be possibly looked at within 5 minutes. Quick turnaround at the moment, as we've already started the show, so good time to send one in. Our next question is from Gem Lady that says, hi, love reading for me, 11th for the 671 and 29th for the 674. When will he contact next and how is he feeling about me?
Let's have a look at a few cards for you and let's see what's going on. Give the cards a shuffle so they're individually ready for you. So let's get prepared. Get a few more cards out this time. This person could be quite distracted by their work at the moment, and it seems not only work, job, it's a bit like they've become quite ambitious. Whether they have gone back to work a little bit after January, whether they work in a sort of a business where they have to meet targets or meet demands, because I do want to say, because of the Moon card, it does seem as though the pressure is on this person, as though there is pressure on this person. And they are conscientious. They don't just, I know you've asked about love and will they get in touch, I understand all this, but because conscientious, you'll often find that if security or job situations get in the way of their mind and their heart, they will be a bit difficult showing their love and their affection. But the fourth card is the Knight of Swords. And when I used to do readings for myself when I first got this pack of cards many years ago, if I'd split it with someone or I was waiting for that phone to ring, if you got the Knight of Swords within your pack, that person would show up again. But they don't always show up quickly, so I don't really pick up calls this weekend. I feel it will more go into the next week and the next weekend. But you will be seeing them. What I feel the devil is saying, there is still passion ahead. There's still love ahead. There is still attraction. But this person, this is what I love in the reading is when we can pick a distraction, we've got the answer. So the distraction is the work. They're taking it quite harshly at the moment. They're giving it their all. So they haven't really got the sort of the passion to give into the relationship. But these cards will be that you two will have, these two will have special times again, and you will feel that closeness that you are missing right now. But it won't be this weekend, it will be next week and the weekend. So it's within sort of the latter end of January when they start to show you the best of who they are. But don't give up. I just get this feeling, don't give up and don't walk away. And often, I think when we're waiting for communication, it can be a two-way street. So maybe you would like to text, maybe you would like to ring, but if you were the last one to do it, I would just wait for this person to surface again. Thank you.
Okay, nice reading there for you. Thank you very much for your question. Going to do a few more readings here, Karen, and then we've got our new format coming later
I'm looking
on.
forward to it.
Oh, I know you
I
are,
am.
especially Karen. We can't say why,
Yeah,
but she's
looking
got some
forward.
treats lined up for you. Stay tuned, make sure you're online. That's from 9 o'clock on social media and on our app. So make sure you've downloaded. Okay, next question. Hi, Sonia. 4th the 7th, 73. Can I have a love reading, please? Anything good coming in for me? Thanks.
Right, let's have a look. Well, first thing I want to say, Sonia, you do need the changes. Coming into 2019, really, so I want to change, really change people, but change yourself. Get Sonia being very driven, very motivated, maybe looking at a new image, also maybe wearing slightly brighter clothes, you notice. But maybe the brighter clothes have been brought to me to say about being noticed, nothing to do with the clothes, nothing to do with the colour that you're wearing. Just to say, come on, stand up, speak up, be the woman that you ought to be. I did pick up last year, it could have happened from about July, that there could have been a little bit of work bullying, or maybe a little bit of not feeling totally comfortable with your work colleagues, but maybe nothing was said verbally, maybe you just got the vibe. And because I pick up the word you got the vibe, this lady had the capability of being quite psychic, able to heal and be a healer. Card for you just to round things up. It is something. So it is talking a lot about your work and your skills. I know you would want, because you are a very emotional lady, emotion in you. So you will either partner where it will feel totally right, which you have, but I don't feel that. Feel that there is a new love ahead, be totally right, but work is where you need to put that attention. I'm going to give the word a lot of self, because once you believe, the achievement will. Thank you.
Okay, Sonia, thank you very much for your question there. Viewers, just one second today. We've got Karen Brown, good questions. We've also got Laura Gallagher and Raymond in tonight. We've got the team. And then we've got the psychics logged in from as well. Real strong team. We've got Victoria Armstrong. Ian has now just logged in. First time callers. Real nice, gentle approach to her reading. Rita Joy is there, very established psychic, very popular on our shows, as well as Teresa. Both those psychics are always really busy, but they're available at the moment. And Eloise, years of experience, all published author. You've got Sherry that we had a nice chat to earlier on. There's Destiny, there's Jim Moore, and the list goes on. I'll be here all day going through on the screen. Plenty to choose from. Going to carry on with another question. We got hi, reason 19. Any specifics? Thanks, Libra lady.
Let's have a look at Libra lady's question. Cards are being shuffled just for Libra lady. So let's take a look. Now, this is quite interesting. I've got to say where I'm getting it from. I am shuffling the cards, but I'm staring towards the crystal ball, and the crystal ball is just on the desk out of ornament purposes. And in the crystal ball, I can see big initial J. So do watch around people with the initial J that are important in your life. I would say would be more to do with love, but it is to do with someone who is quite confident and quite. I don't feel that you know the person. I feel this person will be coming into your life, and I'm being shown the number 3 and the number 5. So it will within the next 3 to 5 months. Let's have a look at a card for you, but remember initial J. They could work in property, so a property person who works in property could be Bill, be a person who maintains property, is in property. And also it could even be that you may have something done at your home where you will meet this person. But the Three of Pentacles is talking very much about your home. Your home, whether you're thinking of decorating it or moving on at the moment, has a strong purpose. We have the Star, so you are a lady. Most Libra ladies are quite driven. Most Libra ladies don't sit at the queue wanting what they want to come around. They are very much a star sign that goes and gets what they want. So remember that idea as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. I think we've got 2 more. 2 questions? I think so. Yeah, let's do 2 more. Here we go. We've got Hi, reading 2019, and did that one.
Done that one.
That was deja vu. 2 more questions coming up. Just let you know that Raymond will be joining shortly. This is your last chance to get hold of him before he gives me. He's on 4765. You've got about a minute to connect to him, and then if you do, he'll stay on. But if not, he'll be here. Okay, we got Hi all, please have a love relationship reading. Anyone new around me? Thanks, D. 7th for the 6th, 76. Have a night.
Well, I'm certainly getting the love questions, which I said that I like, and they're coming in. So this is love for D. So cards are being shuffled. Concentrating on love, concentrating on D. Well, the 10 of Cups, the first card, really shows it all. The 10 of Cups is a card of what you want, what you desire. Now, I have to follow on with the cards to see where the situation will come. You did say someone new, and the 8 of Wands does signify that really your decision for someone new is really the right one, because the 8 of Wands has the dolphins, it has the ship on it, it's going forward. So really, like, my guides are telling me that they would like to go forward. But because the dolphins are on there, it is also someone that will give you more of a peaceful relationship, and someone who will want to commit. And when I say commit, engaged, have a house, maybe get married, not immediately, but in time, because you have got the Judgment card, and that often can have sort of something quite serious attached to it, or that it's more to do with the seriousness that you will get from this new person. You have had your heart broken, were in quite a significant relationship, and I don't know if the person that you were in the relationship with decided that they want to end it, or whether there was someone else in, but I think you've got over that, but you have got it. But put it behind you, because there is this 10 of Cups, which is commitment, that will bring that new person. They're a little bit younger than you, and I'm also being given the name Stephen and the initial S. Thank you for your message.
Okay. Is that something you often get? Initials, names that come through?
Like they'll sometimes they'll sort of flash in front of my eyes or in my ear.
Yeah, and as well that you were picking up something about their past, something that they've been through.
Yeah.
Is that important to sort of almost to build up a trust with somebody before you're telling them about? Because it's all well saying this is going to happen, but picking up something that's already happened.
I think like when I do my individual readings, they're a bit shorter now, but when I used to do a lot of individual readings, they were for an hour. So when you think we're only out here for a minute, and then you multiply that by another 59 seconds, you know, you cover quite a lot. So, you know, you do go back, you do go centre, you do go forward, you go all around it as well. So when we're out here for like 1 minute, it's like a bit like I can sort of throw them back into the present. It's like, you know what it's like, you can multitask. I sort of multitask as a psychic.
Well, not too long to wait until you can see Karen in person. This is going to be the final question, and then you can go straight to the phone line. So if you did want to credit, you can do that. You can purchase your readings through the app. You can just call directly through if you want to pay by your phone bill. That's this number. Or you can speak to our receptionist as well. That you can pay by card with them, and they can pop you through to the psychic. Okay, we've got Hi Karen, love reading these. Still no contact from 1854. Is he avoiding me? Thank you, Taurus girl.
I think the word avoiding has to be really sort of pulled apart here, because I don't think it's a case of avoiding. I feel there's a gentleman that knows he cannot deliver what would make you happy in a relationship. Sometimes the things that will make us happy in a relationship are simple, but they do have to have the conscience of someone else on the other side, the partner, making the effort. You're a Taurus girl, so you're very traditional, you're very reliable. When you love deeply. You don't just walk away from a 5 minutes. So what you are doing, you're seeing that is avoiding you, but you are also, in a beautiful way, remembering the closeness, the talks, the conversation, the love. You are remembering the nicer times of the relationship. And like I just said, I've been a reader for many years, and to me that is absolutely normal to be like that. But when we've got the person not stepping forward to say, I want the same as you, we can often be sort of throwing our love into directions where it's not going to be received how we want it to be received. So I don't think you're being ignored. I think you're being like, you've been let down softly. You've been let down softly but what you've also done, you've been let down softly with no explanation, and that often can be the cruelest situation where you're not being told we're off, but you're not even being told, let's try more. So I do a little bit careful, because there is the Nine of Cups. It is the emotional wish card, and often when we're wishing for love, we have this way of hoping love's going to be good and we're going to get on with the person and be like friends, and that is what I want for you. I want you to have that with someone, and when I use the word someone, it may be with someone else. Thank you for your message.
Okay, thank you very much. Really nice readings there. Well, viewers, as I mentioned, you might have a similar question to what we just seen. You might want a more private reading, might spend time with Karen and get all the details as much as you can. We'll be able to do that now because Karen is going to go back to the phone lines, a private room with no distractions, just focusing on you. That two-way conversation that you can now have and ask as many questions as you like. So, Karen, thank you very much.
Come and get me.
Absolutely. Back to the phone lines, please.
Bye-bye.
So, viewers, grab this opportunity to speak to Karen Brown. I hope you were listening to some of these readings that she was just doing there. The details that were coming through within 60 seconds, names, timings, details, telling you something about your past to build up that trust with you before she tells you something about your future. And I think that's really important. We can all say, oh, there's a new job, there's a new love interest coming your way, but not everyone can tell you what you've been through and give you some specifics. There's no way that they would know. And that's what builds up the trust. That's what makes you feel comfortable and at ease. And they will do that with the reading if they feel it's necessary. So Karen Brown will be logging herself in. She's been doing this work for a very long time now, over 35 years. Very caring psychic. She loves a love question. So please don't feel that you're bothering or that you're embarrassed or a little bit shy about asking a question, because you've probably heard everything, and if she hasn't, she's not going to judge you. She's not going to have an opinion on it. Impartial, and she listen, and that's important. Sometimes when you talk to your friends and your family, as much as they love you, they don't always listen because they're already thinking about what they want to say and what story they have. So it's somebody who will listen, who will give you the guidance, have a look at the insight there for you, and it's nice for you to get things off your chest in a nice, safe environment. So she's now logged in, everybody. Go, go, go. That's Karen Brown at your fingertips. Love triangles, more than one person involved. Been on your own for a long time. Maybe you've just gone through a challenging breakup. Maybe you want to know there's new love on the horizon for you. Maybe you fancy or like somebody that you shouldn't. Maybe there's been an awkward situation that's happened within your relationships or love lives. Whatever that might be, Karen is very open to say, look, bring it to me. Let's see what's going on. Let's see the best way to deal with it. So Karen Brown, right now, logged in, pin number 4073. 4073. A lovely site to speak to, especially about your relationships. We can also look at other areas as well. As well as Karen Brown, you've got Tricia Hudson now available. Teresa's off a call. You've got Sophia available. Joe in Thailand, who does the aura and chakra readings. There's Marissa available for you. A whole host of psychics that are there. Oh, Aistra has just logged in, who I had the pleasure of meeting at a Christmas party recently. And she's exactly how she comes across live on air. Really nice, very sincere, really caring psychic. Loves what she does. A very mystical reader. When you listen to her, you really get sort of absorbed with her voice. It's just beautiful. So you've got Anisha logged in now, 4789, and lots more to choose from. But right now it's about Karen Brown. She is available. And last chance to get hold of Raymond before he joins me here on 4765. But right now we're going to give you time to call through and speak to your favourite psychics, and for you to get to know some of the other psychics, because right now Victoria Armstrong is going to come live on air, tell you a little bit about herself and go through those messages. We'll see you in a minute's time.
Thank you very much, Adele. Hi, I'm Victoria Armstrong, and I'm going to take over for the next 5 minutes just to look at some of your text messages. Hope you're having a good Thursday night. I joined Psyche Today about two and a half years ago. Been working professionally about 13 years. I opened up through Reiki, coming up to 16 years now. Had no idea what psychic stuff, what spiritual stuff was all about. I was just that switched off from it. Obviously something was working away inside of me to pull me that direction. I'm glad I opened the door eventually, opened up to it, and how energy works within us, around us, and the connections we have with people and how those work. Reiki's also helped me understand our soul journey, soul communication, our inner being, you know, what's going on with that side of things, and our soul purpose, which is very important. So I like looking at love relationships. There's house move questions, you know, why is that house not selling? Why can't you find your new house? These are all questions that we can look at. And of course, job, career questions, family, social life, things like that. So it doesn't, you know, fall in those 4 areas that we're not allowed to look at. It's amazing what we can tune into with the energy, and that's what I've learned. So I'm glad I've taken the journey, and our first text is just pinged in here. So let's go with this one. It's from the Mystic Call app, and it's from Astara. Hi, Astara. We're having a good evening. This is Astara 8th to 765. Fab Victoria, please. Are there any nice surprises coming in for me in the next 7 days? What do my guides want me to know or act on? Thank you so much. No problem. Let's go with the cards here. And see, I've got tarot cards, I've got soul cards, but I like to work with the these energy cards with this type of question about the guides. So, okay, they're saying, well, it's like one of them just pointing the finger here and saying things are on the up. Just one finger. We've got Healer of the Ages in terms of this is your path opening up as well. So that's why things are looking up. Obviously, a lot of healing inside of you. But a lot of healing going on outside of you now as well. Like it's almost like my hands are heating up. Your hands are on fire. I love this card, door to personal healing and happiness. But I'm also saying I'm getting no happiness in terms of this is where, for now, it mightn't be something that you'll do forever the rest of your life, but for now, this is start. It's like this is opening the major door. And they're showing me a waterfall here in terms of energy and prosperity, love coming towards you. There's a dove. And this card's just going to bring in a lot of peace and a lot of calm to your life. At long last, says you, I'm sure. I've also got the lotus flower. There's about 3 on the card there, but that's also symbolic. I'm feeling like it's sitting on the top of my head for your crown chakra. So be aware of that. Let's see. I think there's more guides coming in, and that's 10 that they must be working on this area for. But it's all about the crown chakra for you over the next week or two. I've got door to romance. There's no point in me telling you to romance yourself, love yourself more. That's goes without saying. In terms of the healing you've done, I mean, you have to value yourself an awful lot to do the healing. And door to value. So all these doors are opening one at a time. Door to romance fields. They're giving me 3. So they're giving me the next 3 weeks. Something's pulling you towards someone when you're across paths. Then you've got another 3-week period after that, but things really take like set a foundation here March time, the 3rd month in terms of things really solid for the relationship, or things are really set in place. And I've got door to value as well. Says the picture shows all about that as well. So it's kind of like your life is falling into place in terms of the root chakra areas. In that sense. So I will leave it with you, Sarah. Thank you so much for that question. You know what I mean there. And thanks for your texting. Always nice to hear from you. Okay, so our next text, this is Victoria Ogling. Hi, Victoria. I just split with H last week after being together for 2 years. Oh, is this just a bump in the road? And do you see us reconnecting, or is it over for good? Love, E, and a wee kiss. Okay. I know I'm feeling the heaviness here, because it's almost like my eyes are stinging because of the release that you've been having. This has triggered an awful lot of healing for you at the moment, which is good. Go with it. Okay, let whatever out. If you can just feel like you need a good cry, don't need a good scream or shout, punch the pillow, get it all out. The time, you'll be pleased to know, the time apart will bring in a lot more appreciation from H now. Yeah, Victory. If you want him back, then he's coming back, but give him a minimum, is what they're saying, of 6 weeks. The way they're putting it to me is, if he's the one who said he needed time, or he called time on it, respect that. Don't go back and try and change his mind, or try and let him come back. It's up to him to come back again to open the door, and I feel he will in time if you just leave it, just do the no contact thing. That's what the Victory card is about. Yeah. Next couple of weeks there may be something. If he's Let's see. There's maybe in the next weeks he might just reach out to you to see how you are. Kind of like just match his energy. You know, if it's just hello, just say hello back. It's just mirror for now. Take time out. You both need time out to figure out what went wrong. Also give you both time to do some inner work and have realizations, and then that will bring us back together again. I've got the contract card, so this tells me there's a soul contract at play here. So sometimes you just need to reboot the computer, reset the computer, so to speak, relationship. But no, they're just across my mouth here in terms of just keep an eye, let things play out. Obviously, a lot going on in the ether, so to speak, and you'll be hearing from him again. I hear a knocking noise, like he'll be nowhere for good. Okay, so I hope that helps. And take care, look after yourself. Okay, big hugs to you. Our next text then is from the Mystical app. Well, this is Victoria. Can you give me a love? As I have mixed thoughts on his genuine feelings as outside influences affecting Nicky. No problem. Let's have a look here. Right. So yeah, there's getting toxic. In terms of the outside influences, a lot of people who want to keep control, and it's the people closest to him. Ironically enough, it seems to be family. Yeah, this is a lesson for him to learn. This is part of the next part of his road to learn. Sometimes family don't know best. They've gotten they're not letting him and act for himself, and he has to go and do things behind their back, and then they get even more angry. So sometimes he just goes off for a quiet life. I've got the Queen of Wands. So that's that's his genuine feelings about you. Sees you who but could have a great relationship, have a great connection, want to get to know you better. So I feel there's a lot of room for development there. There we go. I've got the Six of Cups into the Romance card. So as thought of, you have created an impression. He knows all his background noise, let's call it. Yeah, King of Cups. So you got the Queen of Wands, the King and the Queen there. So he is thinking about a romantic way. Yeah, he needs to basically step up into his energy and politely say a few words to certain people one at a time, and just stop the act. And then that's when he can come forward. So it's getting to that stage where he's just had enough. You just get up being fed up and you blow your lid. I think he's coming to that stage. It may not be till the end of February, but he's got free will as to when he's going to do that. So hope that helps, Nicky. I hope it seems to be it's worth the wait if you can hang in there. Okay. But thanks for that text, and love and light to you. Okay, so that's me. That's my little segment over. I'll be back soon to look at more text. In the meantime, I'm going to hand you back to Adele in the studio. Okay, all the best.
Thank you very much. Lovely Victoria Armstrong, everybody. And she's now going to be available to take your calls. Getting yourself logged in right now to some private one-to-one readings. So feel free to go and get some more guidance. Now, we just joined us from site today. We've got a lovely team lined up for you. We've got Karen Brown, who is available right now. If you want to go straight to her for some readings. Did some lovely text readings here earlier on. Lots of details, some names, some descriptions, picking up things about people's past to build up that trust with you, and ready now to see what's coming up for you in the future. So Karen Brown is on pin number 4073. We've also got Laura Dallaghan in tonight, logged in from home. We've got Victoria Armstrong that you've just seen. You've got Anistra, who's been with us for a long time, psychic astrologer, over 40 years. It might even be 50 years, actually. Has been doing psychic readings. There's Trisha Hudson, really nice lady. She's been with us for a long time, big following. There's Mark, and of course Mark, one of our psychics we get to speak to live on air. He has all these different formats that he uses to pick up on different situations about your life. Very nice, very considerate reader. Mark is joining us. You've also got Marissa, very spiritual psychic. You've got Amanda Eloise, who is a psychic, is a published author and has years of experience. There's a whole host of psychics there. So give them a call, everybody. You've got the main number that you directly through if you want to pay by your phone bill. You've got our receptionist on hand if you want to ask them any questions about our show or services. But what I would say is get yourself on our app, because from 9 o'clock onwards, 9 till 12, we are online on social media, and we're on our app for the Psychic After Hours, where we've got some great conversations coming up. We've also got some added extra things that we're not normally allowed to do, but we're going to be doing it on that show. You need to stay tuned for that. And that's going to be downloading the app, which you can do through the App Store, and that's Mystical, or go to the web browser, and it's www.mystical.com. But join me right now for A nice little section. I don't know what to say then. We have our psychic astrologer, Raymond Casciavani.
Oh, thank you so much, Adele. You're so kind.
How you doing?
I'm doing really, really well.
Yeah?
It's good to be here. It's lovely to be spending the evening with yourself and, of course, with you. But yeah, it's great.
Laura's very excited to see you tonight.
You know, it's such a delight seeing Laura. And what I love is everything about Laura is so red. But I just love that because she's the epitome of redness.
Yeah.
And of course, astrologically, that's the right colour for her too.
And do you know that one of her friends actually has done a card based around her?
Fabulous.
A tarot card.
Has she?
With an image of her.
Oh, how
I
beautiful.
can't remember. I think, is it the strength card? But an image of her?
She's usually, I can see that because she's very much a cat lady.
Yeah.
So I could see how the strength card was in there.
I'm pretty sure it
And I
is.
could see how that would suit her because the strength card is always the feminine overcoming the strength of the lion
Yeah.
rather than trying to be stronger than the lion.
Well, I wonder if
So
she's
that's
got it. I'll have to
interesting.
show you it
Yeah.
later on. But enough about Laura.
Yes.
Let's talk about you.
Oh, well, yes, I'm here.
Well, you're definitely here. What can you tell the viewers about yourself?
Well, you know, I think the most interesting thing is I've been doing this for a long time now, but I love to work with people's dates of birth.
Yeah.
So I love it when you send through a text and you put your date of birth in. And if you do that, it allows me to look at what's going on astrologically, what's going on with the number that's on your birthday, but also your Chinese animal, your Native American animal. So there's a lot in there. As well as that, it's also working with the energy of the cards. I like to work with the cards. The particular deck I'm working with, the Rider-Waite deck, I use almost all of the time. They're my favourite Sheridan deck that I've had since I was 17. So I keep them sort of
Who gave you those?
protected. Well, that interesting story, that was a girlfriend of mine that gave them when I was 17. It was for my 17th birthday.
And you still got them?
Still have them, yes.
Oh, nice. Now, I want to talk about astrology. I want to know what this year represents for people. It's 2019. What animal, what instinct is that?
Well, from the Chinese point of view, it's the year of the boar.
Boar.
And that starts on the 5th of February.
Okay.
And how it works is it's always the first new moon after the first full moon of the Western calendar. And we have, being Monday, that full moon, the first full moon of this year. And so a fortnight after that, when we get the new moon, is when we have the start of the Chinese year. Now, the great thing about, it's sometimes called the year of the pig, the year of the boar, the year of the hog. But this one is a very powerful one. And contrary to what, you know, if you switch on the news at the moment, you might, oh goodness, you know, what's going on in the world.
Yeah, decision making.
However, one of the things about the year of the boar, it's very much about abundance, achievement. People who are born in that year find this as a remarkable year.
Okay.
Then we add to that there's a cycle completed. The Chinese calendar is based on the 60-year calendar. Ours is based on a 12-month calendar. And then the Native American one is based on a lunar calendar, as the Chinese is, but the Chinese is more complex. Then there's the Mayan calendar, which run out.
Okay.
But we're still here.
Good. Just as well.
So something you forgot to kick started. So, but something interesting happening in the skies at the moment.
Yeah.
We're now living through a phase that doesn't happen too often when all planets move direct. And in March, when we have Mercury going retrograde for the first time this year, and the good news is, you know, everybody gets upset. It's because Mercury's retrograde and so on. And, you know, so it only happens on 3 occasions this year. I've lied, 4, but they're all very short occasions, and sometimes it happens more. So we're very lucky. The retrograde Mercury's are very few this year.
Okay,
so
good.
we've got a Vex year. And what that means for most is that despite everything that seems to be going on in the world, that I feel very optimistic and very hopeful about the way the year will unfold.
So we need to grab our surfboards and ride those waves.
Ride the waves, and especially from now until the mid-March, the energies are very good. It feels like, you know, tapping into the universe, positive thinking. So we've got it on Monday, we've got it on the 5th of February, and then we have it repeated right at the beginning of March.
Ah, perfect. Time to put those wishes out there, or speak to Raymond.
Absolutely.
And see what's around the corner for you, what things that you've got planned this year, they're going to come into fruition. Right, enough talking.
Enough talking.
More action. Right, we're going to go through these questions now that you've been sent through by viewers to let you know that Karen Brown is available. What are your thoughts on Karen, quickly?
You know, Karen,
A
I've
little bit more
worked with
talking.
for a long time. No. And what I like about Karen is she has this wonderful energy of being incredibly maternal. And we have something in common. Karen is a hairdresser. That was my first occupation when I started my working life. So the interesting thing about people who work as hairdressers is it's kind of like one of those rare professions where you get really intimate with people, you get really close to people, and you stand within their space.
Yeah.
And I think she's very good at doing that. You know, you come through and you talk, and she gets into the space of yours, she gets into that auric energy of yours, and she works, and she works fabulously, hands-free, she works with guides, but she also uses a myriad of tools as well, and she works with the cards. So what I like about her is everything comes from the heart where Karen is concerned, and she gives so much. You know, even though I'm many years senior to Karen, she has this quality of being like the mother to everybody.
Yeah.
And even I pick up on that as well.
Nice. Watch is available right now. If you want to try her out, that's Karen Brown on number 4073. Okay, let's do some questions then. We have room for more. If you'd like to send one in, you can do that through the app. It's £1 a message. So we've got a Scorpio texting in saying, hi. Can you see how Gemini feels about me and what's coming up for us? Thanks.
You know what? That is a very interesting combination. Scorpio is what we call a fixed sign. Gemini is what we call a mutable sign. And the water energy and the air energy mixed together can either be quite misty or it can be quite steamy. So the energy of that is very important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a power animal in to see what we get in here. And I like this because the dolphin gives us the opportunity to take away everything that has been negative, everything that's been difficult, and have a sort of sense of joy, a sense of play, a sense of harmony, a sense of happiness. And if I think about the dynamics that's going on with Mercury at the moment, and the fact that that influences Gemini very strongly, and then what's going on for Scorpio, which is ruled by many planets, traditionally by Mars, currently by Pluto, but also Chiron or Chiron, depends on how you want to pronounce it. So the influence of astrologically everything moving direct. So I believe having the dolphin in here is the first thing that you need to work towards is more of a sense of joy. I like it when we see the Knight of Wands because that's a breakthrough. It's communication energy that's positive and it's lively and it's bright. However, we do have the Nine of Swords, which is doubt. So what I want to do is almost take the doubt and raise it, rub out all that doubt so that we can actually focus on the positives. And how interesting, another 9 card has come up. But this time the 9 of Cups. The character you see sat in there is Jupiter, and that's all about laughter and happiness. So the dominant thing is you get laughter and happiness, but you've got to erase your doubts. I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for your message there. We're going to get Raymond to go through a few questions now, but just so you know that Victoria Armstrong, Anisha, Mark, Hudson, Teresa, and of course Brown are available if you're calling in for a reading. And if you do want to try out the show, if you send a text in, TV, space your question to 87777, the first time you ever do that, your first message is free. So just so you're aware of that. And then after that, you get charged at £1.50 per message. If you do it through the app, you don't get a free text, but what you do get is that if you top every £5, every £5 that you top up, you get a free text to the show as well. And you can use that on the instant message. And that's something that you've got on the app. So some little treats there for you. Right, we're going to go back to some more questions. We've got my manager spoke to me today about another job opportunity. What would the outcome be, please? Thanks, Joe, 23rd the 1st, 69.
All right, Joe, interesting birthday. Not far away, and the fact that it falls just a couple of days after the energy of that full moon, and of course it means that you're born on the sign of Aquarius, even though you're born in January. So let us put a card in here and see what we've got. Right, I like this because we have the horse. And the horse is all about a freedom and opportunities, and actually you being able to take choice. So the fact that posing the question means that you're running it round in your head and you're not coming to a conclusion yourself. But because we've got the horse in here, I really want you to believe in yourself so that when this opportunity, as it has been presented to you, you're not going to hold back. You're not going to weigh up the pros and cons and create too many negatives. Seems to be there. How interesting that the first card we turn over is a judgment card. So I'm not taking this away from you, but what it means is you have the energy of your guides sort of pushing you along in a certain direction. This hasn't come about by accident. It was meant to happen. I like it when I see the Ten of Pentacles. It doesn't directly relate to your job as such. What it relates to is your quality of life improving by making the changes. And the Ten of Pentacles shows individuals living in a very nice environment, feeling pleased with life and actually getting the best out of life as well. And the next one is the Three of Wands. This is the time for those new horizons. So the choices that you make, you know, I'm making it sound too obvious and too easy. And of course you have to think it through. But please don't hesitate, because the energy in here is very, very powerful. Thank you so much for getting involved.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much for your question there. As I mentioned, viewers, keep sending your questions in, because even when we go on the Psychic After Hours at 9 o'clock, that means we go online, we're on social media, we still continue to go through your questions. So don't worry about, I'm going to send one in and then we're going to go off air, because we'll still be looking at those questions when we go online and on social media. Make sure you've downloaded the app. That's the most important thing, unless you can find us, of course, on social media, which will be Psychic Today. If you tap that in the search, then you'll be able to find us. We're going to be giving you some shout-outs as well. Yeah, got any friends that you want to give some shout-outs to?
Oh, I shall do that.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
On your break, message them and say we'll give you some shout-outs.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll do that, couldn't we? Right, here we go. More questions. We've got, hi, still no contact from Taurus. What is he thinking and feeling about me? Does he want to come forward? Purple Star.
Ooh, Purple Star. You know, I actually really like that name there, Purple Star, because it conjures up in my head two energies. One is associated to Sagittarius and the other one is associated to Aquarius. So we're very close to the sun moving into Aquarius. So whatever concerns you have or whatever you feel about nothing moving, there is decision time for you coming up very soon. What is the power animal that we get where you're concerned? Ooh, how interesting. Now, because I've got this in here, perhaps I would look at the way that things have gone is less to do with what you're doing or the way you've behaved, and more to do with the doubts and insecurities associated to Taurus. And there have been a number of challenges that Taurus individuals have had to cope with as we've gone through the last year. But this is about real passion coming through. When we see the Black Panther, the symbol of passion is there, and it's telling you to follow your passions. But because you're asking about the Taurus, I have to feel, you know what, you're waiting for the contact. Let's see when it comes in. It feels like it should have been really good just prior to Christmas, but perhaps we've now got to wait until the period of Aquarius, which is very close. You know what, I'm going to say 4 days. The Four of Swords is associated to the time period of Aquarius. Four of Swords is also connected to the energy of having a sense of feeling that you're making choices and you're feeling happy about what's coming to you. So it's putting balance back into your life. And the Five of Cups means no regrets. So this is interesting because it's almost as if it's almost fallen apart. It's almost sort of tipped up everything and gone wrong, but it actually hasn't. And it just takes Taurus to just look at things slightly differently, get the courage, belief in themselves, and then you can move forward and find that joy. And the Wheel of Fortune, interesting card. It doesn't mean everything goes your way, but what it does mean, it explains why you asked the question, because it feels as if everything's in the balance. And I want you to know that when the Wheel of Fortune appears, it means you're about to come into an upward cycle. So everything that has been difficult and everything that has been challenging has now ended, and you're moving into this upward cycle. It seems very close. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for your message. Now, viewers are going to do one more question with Raymond, and we're going to get him back to the phone lines to speak to some more of you viewers. So if you do want to top up your credit or purchase your readings, you can do that through the app, or you can speak to our receptionist and pay by card if you prefer to do that, or you can pay by your phone bill if you want to, with 0907 004 0033. It's £1.50 per minute. You just enter the PIN number of the psychic of your choice. So let's do the last one here on the screen. This hi was told I would hear from Mark, 16th for the first 65 by the new year. Nothing as yet. What is the delay? What do you see around this? And do I need to walk away now? Love and light, Lady C, 4 for the 11th, 62.
Thank you so much. First thing I'm going to say is, as a Scorpio, you naturally have incredibly good instincts. And even though you've had this anticipation, you've had this waiting, it's not materialized yet. And I want to explain this through the planet that has caused most of the delay, and that is the planet Saturn, because the planet Saturn for Capricorns is their ruling planet, but it's also about learning lessons, happens to be in the constellation of Capricorn at the moment. And prior to Christmas and the New Year, there were a lot of restrictions and limitations that were happening around Capricorn. That is now ended. So let's put a power element and see what we get in here. Now the monkey isn't about mischief or cheekiness. It's actually about the link between the guides and us as individuals. And the symbology of the monkey here is about things come just out of the blue. It doesn't happen by itself. But it's important that you don't break the silence at the moment and you make the communication. You have to wait until the communication comes to you. So we'll see what we get when we look at the cards. Let's turn over the first one. King of Wands. It's interesting now because it all should have happened before Christmas. The fact that it hasn't, we're going to see if we can find a reason for that and what the delay is. Ten of Pentacles doesn't really help us, except to say that we're very close to having a breakthrough. And the Ace of Wands is asking you not to give up. You feel it, your instincts are there and say, you know what, enough is enough, I'm ready to walk away from this. But because of the way the cards have unfolded, the indication here is, you know what, there is something mystical, beautiful, and very happy that is unfolding. So it's hold your nerve for a little while longer. Thank you so much.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much for those questions. Well, the time has come for Raymond to be returning back to the phone lines. You on the show yesterday, what came through on the phones?
You know, yesterday was very, very strongly, it actually covered every area of life. And it was very, very strongly about new beginnings for people. So there was a lot of, more than anything, about career opportunities and the way things would go in work, and also resolving issues in work as well, where things hadn't gone easy over November and December. We wanted to know how the new year would go.
Oh, right.
And sort of less so was the aspects of relationships and love, though that did crop up as well.
Okay.
So quite interesting to say. A lot of thoughts were focusing in on career and business and how opportunities would open up.
Okay, nice. Well, let's see what's going to happen this time round. We're going to get you back to the phone lines, your Silver Fox, and we'll see you a little bit later on.
Okay, thank
Enjoy.
you so much.
There you go, Raymond Casagiovanni. He wasn't a Silver Fox when we met. I'm only joking. But Philip Schofield of the psychic world. So Raymond is heading to the phone line right now. Should I dig myself a big hole? Is heading to the phone lines right this second to take your calls. A lovely psychic, down to earth, very approachable, really kind-hearted. Got so much wealth and knowledge behind him. You know, a really established psychic. He's got some fabulous stories, so many things that we can't discuss live on air, but he has, you know, experienced so much in the psychic world, done readings for so many people all around the world. He's done tours, he's done live performances, he's done shows, he's done investigations, he's done so many different aspects of the psychic world. Really nice guy, started from a very young age. He was saying he had his first deck of cards at 17 years old. His knowledge on astrology, you know, what this year represents for people, your birth chart, what does it mean, you know, where does this year take you, when will you be settled. Even your birth chart can often tell you when you're going to be settled, when you're going to be content in life. I know I had mine done a while ago, and back then it was years before things came to where I'm at today. And looking back, I was like, oh, it seems so far away, and now I'm actually living it. And in that place, I'm reflecting back on it now, I thought it was never going to happen, and yet I'm here, you know, experiencing what came up in that chart. You know, it's so interesting to learn about yourself, your personality, what you're drawn to, what you like, what you dislike, you know, and that can come a lot from your personality traits. lots from your astrology chart, and how you gel with people around you. So working out how you connect with people is something that Raymond can tune into. He is now logged in, 4765. You know, if you're finding you're clashing with people at work, if you feel you're not connecting to that deeper level with a relationship, there might be a good reason why. And looking at your chart can really unravel or, you know, reveal something maybe you're not aware of at the moment, something that could really guide you on connecting properly to the people in your life. That's something that Raymond could really go in depth with all the experience that he has and all the knowledge that he has with the psychic astrology and the other areas that he works with. So there he is. He's logged in right now for a private confidential reading, Raymond 4765. And if you've got a love question, we've got a lady who loves that. It's Karen Brown. Anything to do with love, even though she loves the other areas, you know, work and family, but love seems to her the most. And we have so many love questions. How does somebody feel? Why haven't they been in touch? Why are they messing you about? Why won't they commit? Why did they lie? Are they seeing somebody else? You know, why have I been on my own? Why do I keep on attracting the wrong people in my life? When will I meet the right person? Is it me? You know, a lot of people say, you know, speak to Karen Brown about it. Let's see what's going on. Because sometimes, yes, it is you. Sometimes we have to take responsibility for ourselves and say, actually, I know I'm coming across like this. These are the issues that I need to deal with. And working on yourself. And then when you get into that relationship with somebody new, you know, you can then say, actually, I'm fine. I'm this person now. I've accepted it. This is what I am. And, you know, you've got to be happy within yourself. This is something that Karen will work on with you. You know, you might be happy in yourself. You might be really ready for love, which is great. Now let's see when that person's going to come into your life, where you're going to meet them. So Karen Brown, all things to do with love, especially 4073. And then if that's not enough for you, you've got the Psychics from Home, Frida Joy. This lady, people spend a lot of time with her. Very in-depth readings. People enjoy speaking to her because she's so friendly. You know, she's very upbeat. She's very sincere. So love, work, family, house moves can go to Frida Joy. And Anistra, she loves the compatibility side and she didn't mince her words. If you want the truth, she will give you the truth. That's Anistra on 4789. You've got Mark also there. Very genuine guy, very approachable, very considerate of people's feelings and emotions. So Mark is there, 4821. Yolanda from Canada is now there. Katrina is there. There's so many psychics joining us from all around the world that you have access to. They're all part of our show and they're there waiting to give you the guidance. So give them a call and speak to them, whichever option you want to use. But what I will say, once again, at 9 o'clock, we go online. We'll be on social media. So type in Psychic Today, you'll find us. Or download our app, which is www.mystical.com. We will see you after this.
Mystical, your personal psychic companion app. You can watch a show live, get direct access to our psychics and their profiles, get your readings cheaper, have full control over your spending, and never miss one of Mystical's exclusive offers. You can send a text from the app straight to the show. Instant message one of our psychics for a quicker private text response. Check the schedule so you know when your favourite psychic is live. And we'll even give you a free text to the show every time you top up £5 or more. T's and C's may apply. Register for free and create your profile by downloading Mystical from your app store today. Keep it psychic.
Hello, my name is Karen Brown and my PIN number is 4073. I've been a psychic over 30 years and I got into it as many of my friends were interested in it, and I just really took it up as a hobby and never expected it to become my work, but I really love my work. Before I was a psychic, I was a hairdresser, and I always knew I wanted to be a hairdresser. I knew from the age of 8. It was as though I got a little bit of psychic insight of my sort of future profession. But I will say my psychic work has really took over more, but I do a little bit of hairdressing, and I do feel that it often comes through within my readings when picking up people, because I often pick up their hair, what their hair may look like, what colour their hair is. But I will say I do love my psychic work more. I would say my favourite song would be Robbie Williams' Angels, because I think it's a real sort of like touching sort of spiritual sort of song, and I really love it. I think the best place I've ever been really is Dubai, and seeing all like the beautiful hotels and the lovely beaches, and I feel it was just sort of like perfect and relaxing. I would probably say sort of many funny stories very much in my life, and I think it's more with like great times and sort of having laughs with my friends of like little antics that I've got up to, but I can't tell you because I may lose my job. I'd say what I bring to Psychic today is really like my love of the psychic way of working, because as I said, it's done so much for me as a person, because I always say like I found my sort of psychic path. I've really enjoyed it. You know, I've met some lovely people, I've done some teaching, I love actually working on TV, and it's just really brought me so much. So I feel what I actually bring to Psychic today is actually sort of giving back that way of working to you. I'm Karen Brown and my PIN number is 4073.
Welcome back, everybody, to Psychic Today. If you just joined us, a warm welcome to the show. My name's Adele Cobain. I'm your host this evening. Good evening. Hope you're all well. What an amazing team I have tonight. I'm very excited. And old school psychics, these psychics I've known for so many years. I mean, lots of them started when I started. We're talking about 14 and a bit years ago. So yeah, we've experienced a lot together. I've seen the work that they've done, how they've progressed with their psychic ability. So it was really nice to have Laura Dallaghan in tonight, who you're going to see shortly. Raymond Castrogiovanni, our silver fox, in tonight. And we've also got Karen Brown, the Queen of Hearts. Now, we do ask you over the age of 18, and please no questions on finance, health, pregnancy or legal matters. Karen giving you a little wave there. She is available right now to take your calls. So if you fancy going through and having a reading with Karen, you can download the app, which is where you can access our psychics and use our services. If you want to download the app, you can do that through the App Store, and that's Mystical that you need to search for. Or you can go to the web browser and download it, www.mystical.com, and then you can download the app, register for free, and access our psychics. Let's speak to our friendly receptionist. That's a free phone number. They can tell you about our show and our services, and you can pay by card, and they can put you through to the psychics. Or the other option, because we like to give lots of them, is to call pay by phone number 09004 and then you can choose a psychic by entering their PIN number, which comes names, so like extension numbers. This is 4073. That'll take you through to Karen for a private and actual reading. But we're going to quickly go and say hello to one of our psychics working from home tonight, because we have 3 in the studio and hundreds that work from home. So we do our best to speak to as many as we can throughout the show to get to know them, see how they work, and if you fancy a reading with them, you can. Now, somebody sent a question in for them, so that's why we thought we'd get them live on air so they could look at it personally. So we do have the lovely Anistra through now live on air, so let's go say hello. Hey, Anistra.
Hello, good evening, Adele. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Anistra. And how are you this evening?
Excellent, very indeed, thanks, awfully.
Good.
Very good.
Brilliant. So let's have a quick reminder, Anistra. How do you work as a psychic? What are people going to get back by speaking to you tonight?
Well, I work as a hands-free psychic. I don't have any tools except surrounded with my gem and the crystals, but I think it's to do, I'm a third eye child with indigo chakras, and I love to use and clear chakras and clear energies and blockages, and then try and connect and move from there on.
And you have so many regular viewers that come back to speak to you. Is it nice when people come back and return for a reading?
Oh yes, lovely, lovely. So then you feel like family, friends. You know them. You share in what's been happening in their background, their domestic life. It's lovely, really.
Well, talk about people returning, Anistra. Somebody has sent in a question that does you, that sent a message in. So this is a regular on our show that knew that we were going to talk to you live on air. They've quickly got a question in. So we thought, who better than to answer it or to look at it than yourself? So this is Shoe Girl that's texted in saying, Anistra, please, I'm a Sagittarius. Lee has broken my heart, but I'm hoping to concentrate on my new house and hopefully have a holiday and some fun times. What do you see, please?
Well, dear Saggy girl, the current aspects seem to be designed to remind you that you cannot go through life trying to achieve everything alone. You do still need to form alliances. You have so much going for you. you work well with people. If things don't go as you planned this coming week, it is because you have neglected to see them from a broader perspective. If something is worrying you more than it should, it can only be because your fears seem to have got the better of you. Why that should be is anyone's guess. But the solution seems clear. Confront what scares you. Fear is not the issue, but how you respond to it. And you get on and go forward. Being the doer and goer that you are, you will soon be up and running. And the next 2 or 3 weeks should be one of the best times of the year for you. There's harmony there, even a possibility of hearing from Lee again. I see there's a thread, a bond in place. Don't give up. Just realize this is the time to make your pitch. And you will go forward at work and in your personal life. Love and light to you, and the very best of everything.
Ah, there you go, Sugar. Got it through for Anisha for you. Well, Anisha, so much for looking at that for us. We're going to leave you it now so you can speak to our viewers that are watching tonight. Enjoy your readings.
Thank you, Adele. Have a good evening. Thanks.
I will. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. So, Anisha is one of many of our psychics that's joining us tonight that you have access to. You can speak to her by calling the numbers on your screen, entering her PIN number, which is 4789, or you can access her through our app, which is Mystical if you're downloading it in the App Store. So right now we've got Karen Brown available in the studio tonight. We'll be catching up with her a little bit later. She loves a love question. She's our Queen of Hearts. So any love questions that you might have, how do you feel? We'll be getting back together with somebody. Is there a new level on the horizon for you? Do you fancy somebody you should not? Maybe there's been some signal or confusion around a relationship. Take them to Karen. Let's see what she can pick out for you. She's available on PIN number 4073. Right, back here in the studio though, we've got a psychic astrologer, works with colours, works with dreams. You've got any weird, wacky dreams? I've had a few recently. Maybe you want to know what they mean. There's always some meanings behind, especially reoccurring dreams. Welcome back, Laura Dallaghan.
Good evening. Oh, yeah, must be something in the air. I've had some funny dreams as well recently. And the first up this morning was someone going, right, I dreamt all of this text. I was like, okay, I'm awake now. But everyone's, you know, what does it all mean? And it's you have these kind of really striking dreams, and it's like, what on earth is that all about?
Yeah.
And it can make you feel a bit disturbed, a bit excited. You know, you don't. It can leave you feeling quite strongly, can't you, when you've had a funny dream? So if you have had any strange dreams, it is always worth looking at the surface. So do let us know.
Yeah, especially those reoccurring dreams, because you know
symbols.
when you start to get to know them over the years. You know, ones that stand out that you have at a particular time. Maybe you feel a little bit anxious or
falling
nervous.
out. I hate that one. I hate the teeth falling out.
I can't eat chewing gum because I have one occasionally of me trying to get chewing gum out of my teeth, where I'm pulling and pulling, and they don't come out. So I just can't stand chewing gum.
No, exactly. That's how strong a dream is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
I know.
But yes.
But there's some other ones that I have when I'm meeting people as well. One's about people trying to get into my house, but it's always my old house where I grew up. People are trying to get into my house, and I'm not letting them in the house.
Yeah.
Whether or not I can trust them or not.
Exactly.
See, I've heard these things over the years.
Yes, indeed.
I've had some other dreams where I've met people, and then you've
I remember those days.
these dreams,
The heady
obviously.
days.
Yeah, the
The
dreams that you analyse for me.
Yes.
I can't say any more, but
No.
yeah.
Exciting.
They were interesting. Anyway, so that's just one area that you focus on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also was telling Raymond, have you got that deck of cards that the one of your friends, he did an image of yourself?
I've not got it
Is it
with
this
me
card?
Yes.
It was the strength card, I was
Me,
right.
The strength card. I was like, yes. No, I've not got it with me tonight. So I have to have it.
I'll just show
yes. Oh, yeah. It's a brilliant deck actually, and it's
Because you're in it.
because I'm in it, obviously. Like, what else? If it was going to be the death card, the tower, I'd be like, you know what, that's not me. But the strength card, I'm like, yeah, we'll do that.
It's like we're on a billboard or something for an advert, and it's like, that's me.
You see me? Notice me?
It's got a deck of cards. Oh, that's me.
When I'm really old.
It's
When I'm really old,
amazing.
that's when I'm like, yeah, right.
That's me back in the day. Brilliant. Now, how have the calls been?
Yeah, busy. People feeling a little bit wobbly that things haven't. Only 16, 17, 18 days into the year. It's not that far really. People are feeling like nothing's happened, nothing's changed. A bit of frustration. there's actually... It's mood, because actually things are shifting and changing. I think it's just feeling still patterns. One in the ex back, that's been a big one. And like knowing you don't really, but still do, and think you've not met somebody else yet, that kind of thing. So curious about the ex, what's going on there. That's been a big theme. I feel like people aren't totally convinced by the ex, but if they've not met anybody else, they're kind of like, oh, I suppose I'll...
Yeah.
You always kind of go backwards, don't we?
They'll do for now.
They'll do for now. Until someone better comes in.
So he didn't go into it. Raymond was saying there's a full moon around the corner. What's that mean for a lot of people?
It's a wolf moon. So
Okay.
it's to be howling. January moon's called the wolf moon. And full moon is when emotions are going to be actually very, very strongest. And it's actually going to be very strong for next week. So it's going to be in Aquarius. It's a full moon in Leo, which is very passionate and very raw. But the full moon, so when you do cosmic ordering, meditation, putting your wishes out there, it's really to do that, because you know it's a fact that when the moon is full, people act differently.
Yeah.
You know, it's known people in hospitals employ more staff. Go a bit crazy on the full moon night.
Ultra sensitive.
Yeah, we're very sensitive beings, and we're all made of water. The full moon affects the tide. It's a high tide. It's also our own personal high tides as well. But it's the first moon of 2019. We started on a new moon, but we've also got an eclipse coming, so it's a bit of a wild card as well. We're in between eclipses. Full moon is always good for tuning into your own intuition, putting your wishes out there, and for celebrating what you've done already.
Yeah, cool, nice. Well, if you want to know personally what's over the next few weeks, then get your questions in. Text in TV space your question to 7777. It's your first time ever doing that. You get a free reading because our system won't recognise your number, so you get a free reading back to you. If you have used the service before, then obviously you get charged at £1.50 per message. If you're sending a text in through our app, it's £1 a message, and if you top up over £5 or more, then you get off to the show. Right, well, here we go with some more questions then. So we've got Laura. What changes do you see happening between me and Mr. Sagittarius in the future? From Pisces Girl.
Hi there, Pisces girl. Okay, what's really happening between you and Sagittarius in the future? So I get right now that the energy feels as a friction energy in the air. Well, that can be, it doesn't have to be bad, but it could be a bit frustrating. Just it doesn't feel at ease at the moment, and I do feel there's a letting go or change is going to be coming in. It could be a change in your day routine, maybe with work, something like this. But I do have a bit of a shake-up around positive that seems to. I'm getting a lot more at ease, a lot more at peace and happier, and feels to be both, you know, it just feels to affect your connection. I get here, I do right now, what's going on there between the both of you. Yeah, it doesn't feel bad, it just feels it could be a bit of that friction, a bit of tension. So what's going to, again, for you, I get a change with work or something coming in that's going to change your routine. And I just feel a bit of a breath of fresh between the both of you, and he seems more relaxed as well. I feel like there's been more important things going on around you, dealing with right now, decisions around work and that sort of thing. And then when that's all blossoming, I feel like that's when the relationship gets better with the both of you, or gets a bit calmer. So all the very best, Pisces girl. Take care.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. Caroline is available, everybody, if you're calling in for a reading. Oh, I do apologise, she's going on her break, was what I meant to say. So Raymond calls 476, down to earth, lots of experience. Otherwise, you might put him on a break as well. But he was right, and he was saying that lots of people, you know, look at this year, what opportunities are going to do them. So if that's something you'd like to know about, Raymond's at 4765. Right, our next question. We've got Hi Fab. Scott's really pulled back again. Can you see, does he think I don't want to talk to him? His feelings, thank you, Taurus girl.
Hi there, Taurus girl. So Scott's really pulled back again. Okay, so let's look at why. He feels like, I get some power here around this, which actually doesn't feel bad. Maybe you're putting your foot about certain things, and you're not saying you don't want to actually, you're not going to back down on certain things as well. So I feel with Scott, I get a sense of him being a bit confused. Not about how he feels, but handle situations. This is all about, and I think things as well, I don't think it's about you guys particularly as the only reason. I feel there could be other in his life which are a bit, at the moment, maybe work, a problem he's got to deal with, paper, something around him having to sort things out. And he might be in, and I don't think that's a good thing. Like, I don't think he's just being funny. he is moving forward with you. You are being strong, and that does you're exactly being how you should be. That feels, and I do feel that when he comes out of his mood, easier. But I can see that he's got some issues going on around him. That's why they feel more practical, they feel more orientated. How does he feel about? Oh, that it'll be fine. Maybe for the next few weeks, it will improve the warmth there with the both of you. But I get him more. It's kind of right now what's going on with him at the moment. Lovely.
Okay, thank you very much. We talked about dreams is something that you talked earlier on at the start of the show that you were therapy. Now, obviously, not to do with the therapy side,
Nope.
But what does a colour represent? How do you use that within a reading?
Well, we all kind of drawn to certain colours, aren't we? Some more than maybe other
What
colours.
yours could be.
I can't think. But colours are vibration, colours are energy. Again, something else that's scientifically proved. It's not just hippie hocus pocus. All colours vibrate at a different energy, a different frequency. So, example, colours like purples and blues are very high frequencies. That makes you quite cool energy. And then colours like red are very hot. They're low vibration, low energy. They're quite hot. So it actually has an effect on how you perceive things. If you're stuck in a rut, if you want to make a certain impression, if you maybe needing a different atmosphere in your home, guess what? Changing the energy with the colours is something every day that can really shift your energy.
Yeah.
So if you're going to an interview, or you're going for a date, or actually you're painting a therapy room, or you're painting your art studio, or the child's bedroom, actually, or maybe wanting a bit of a change of energy for yourself for 2019, just bringing an extra bit of colour in to the equation can really, it's a bit of energy you're working with every day.
So things like having a red bedroom, if you want to sleep and have it calm and peaceful, is maybe not the best colour to work with.
No, not exactly. It's maybe not. It's more. Yeah, it's not conducted to sleeping. Things maybe, but not.
Oh, okay. So maybe you might want to paint it red.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I need to do. It's not 9 o'clock yet.
No, not quite. We're waiting for 9 o'clock. And also you've got the chakras, different colours like the chakras. So if you want to work on a specific area, for example, the throat chakras, for communication, that's the colour turquoise and blue. So if you're struggling to communicate what you really need to say, you could incorporate a turquoise scarf or a crystal. So it's actually bringing in things to help you move forward when you might be feeling a bit blocked.
Okay,
We all
nice.
get blocked somewhere, don't we?
Well, yeah, well, so if you want a colour to work with at this moment in time with your situation, that's something that Laura can maybe offer you within a reading, but just another string to your bow. Let's carry on. Another question. We've got, hi, Laura, can I have a love reading, please? This is Sally, Love Night.
Hi, Sally. Good evening. Okay, let's have a look for you. Okay, I like that one. Wow. Okay, this is a bit of a Capricorn energy and a bit of the Canunos card is all about this Capricorn energy, which we're in at the moment. Love-wise, though, for you. When things I get a bit of a funny energy here, not bad, just a bit back and forth, communication, not being sure of where things are, or someone, I feel like it's just things being sorted at the moment. That's the feeling. It doesn't feel too bad at all. It just feels things being sorted and organised. If I feel like when things will get a lot more clear, is it 3 weeks? Let's have a look. Is it in the 3-week period? Yeah, 3 weeks feels important, but I'd also be really keen on looking at from the month of March, April, May. That feels to be so much more easy to deal with love life than now. Now is a bit of an organising time. You could be sorting out communication, you could be planning what you want. There's someone there, but it feels back and forth. So in a way, there's other things that you might want to focus on at this time, because I'd say the easiest time for you for relationships looks to be around March, April, May. Right now, I just feel there's too much other things going on around, but a lot of excitement around those early spring times for you.
Okay, thank you very much for your question there. We're going to do 2 more questions. Then we're going to get Laura back to the phone lines, everybody. So if you like what you're seeing here, you've got a similar question to what we've seen come through and you'd like to ask it as well, or if you just want more time and privacy with Laura, you're going to get that after 2 more questions. So our next one's here, Laura. Sonia, 14th of the 73. Can I have a love reading, please? Any more from Mark Gemini? What are his thoughts and feelings? Thanks.
Hi, good evening. Okay. Okay, more from Mark Gemini. Yeah, I would imagine that you will hear something else from him. But the Hermit card, he feels a little bit absorbed at the moment. That's fine, of course, all fine. But I do feel that's not. It was a bit like in his own little world at this. But you have got the Lovers card, which is a Gemini energy. Yeah, I think he'll be back in your life. I feel like he will. I get this very strong impression that he will actually. In February, March. Yeah, this month. maybe next month. Was it? You know what? I'm being shown strongly. That sounds for everywhere, but May, June. That feels very, very strong. Obviously beforehand as well. But this person does not feel gone from your life. They don't feel very present at the moment, or it'll be a few weeks, even a month or so before things really do move forward. All the very best. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Message there. Now, there's going to be loads of people that are brand new to Laura, and they're thinking, how on earth can you give a reading with somebody that you can't see, you don't hear their voice, you literally got a message that I'm reading out, and you're giving details about their life at work?
Good question. Like, logically, it might be like, huh? But I mean, you don't analyse how you can get on the internet, do you? Don't do this. It's like, it's one of those energy things that you don't need that person there. It's always been this way. You just tune in to someone's energy, and they could be in Nepal or down the road. It does not matter about distance or presence. Your intention matters, though. So you do have a process. If you're looking over there or checking Facebook or something like that, you're not going to get a strong answer as if you go, here's what I think. And so you asking the question feels important. So something you really want to know or something you're really focusing on, that really helps because it's that energy you tune into. So it doesn't matter where you really would. I would do read people in Australia. The day I was speaking to a lady in Australia, random time. It does not matter. It's easier if they're standing next to me. But because it does work in a random way, just how much internet works. You can just tune in anywhere. You can be anywhere you want.
So we take for granted that if we actually thought it, it's like, how does that work? Like, how can we speak of this and hear somebody in Australia? It's like, how does that work?
But it's funny with kind of we don't question it. Do you? With readings, I don't really question it. It's also, oh yeah, it is, but it's not necessary. Like you could be here and that's lovely, but sometimes that could be more putting. You could be sitting there with a wedding ring on, with a certain level of clothing on, and I might think, well, that's my personal self assuming things about you, and I don't have that on the phone, which is actually quite
okay. Nice. Well, you're going to be going to the phone after the next question.
Okay.
So viewers, get ready. Stand live on a phone reading with Laura. This last text says, Laura, please, do you feel H and I getting closer together in the near future? From M271271.
Okay, let's look. Okay, we feel H and you're getting closer in the near future. Let's have a little look. It's not near future actually, but I feel it does feel on the horizon, not as near as you'd like, but this person, it's almost like you're kind of letting go of it a little bit, and this person then does step forward. I feel this is more a patience job, though I do for somebody else around you as well, so we have the options. But I'm saying not near, because I've got the Five of Wands, which is just pulled in different directions, so it's like that wrong time, or that chance where you try to connect, but just not quite. Queen of Swords is a bit of a stepping back energy, and then I feel this person is around you. There is something, but I feel like it could be a bit push me pull you for the moment, while this person is, there just seems to be maybe work situation or something around them is holding them back. There is something there though. It just might not be as quick as you'd like, but I do feel it is there. All the best. Thank you, lovely. Take care.
Okay, there you go, sweetheart. Thank you very much for those messages. Now, we are going to be getting Laura back to the phone lines for private readings. Has been very busy tonight, but don't give up on trying, because it's first serve. Nobody needs to make an appointment. It's literally just through first. So, Laura, back to the phone lines, please. We'll catch you a little bit later on. So, Laura, then heading back to the phone lines. We mentioned that you can analyse dreams. If you had a real dream, you've had a dream you can't make sense of. Often we see with our everyday life, sometimes it comes to us to give us a hidden message that Laura can translate for you. Also, colours are worth. We talked about colours that can raise your vibration, to give you confidence, to give you energy, to maybe calm you down, relax you, to concentrate. You've got some apps coming up, will be good for that. Or maybe your creativity would unlock that with a colour. Melissa, of course, she works with astrology. She was talking about the full moon around the corner. Can really heighten your emotions, and you may be ultra sensitive around that time. So maybe you might react differently to a situation, rather than maybe on another time where you handle it quite well. You get a little bit emotional around the fall. That's something you can look out for you. If you're making decision meetings, if you're going through a challenging relationship, if you're feeling good, great. If you're not feeling so good, it's around that time. So let's see how to manage emotions around the full moon around the corner. That with astrology compatibility readings, birth chart, and the person that you're with's birth chart, you can see how you match up, how you gel, how you're because in your life at the moment, through your chart, you might be in a go-getting year, you know, really pushing forward with your career, whereas your partner might be in a settling down year, taking some time out, reflecting year. So there might be that sort of battle at the moment where one of you wants to do one thing and another wants to do another. But if you are aware of that, you can compromise, you can work with that, and it makes life a lot easier. So it's about understanding people in your life, and that's something that Laura Dallaghan can very much look into for you. So Laura Dallaghan is now logged in and available. She's on pin number 4775 if you want to go through and try her out this evening. Now, we're not here to keep on the phone lines longer than necessary. Far from it. You can go through and ask one question. You can literally be 1 minute if you wanted to on the phone lines. And that's what works about this show, that people feel comfortable dipping in and out, speaking to different psychics for as little as long as they like. They have the choice of services that they can use. And that's why the show's been running for as long as it has. So Laura Dallaghan is available 4775. No one will hear the conversation. It's definitely private, confidential. It's between you and that psychic. But if you fancy trying a different psychic, there's plenty going up the side of the screen that you can see at the moment. And we do have Yolanda from Canada. Now, if you want a psychic with energy that's going to motivate you, that's going to inspire you, then Yolanda from Canada certainly has that energy to pass through the things. She's a psychic, an all-round psychic that can very much look at all areas for you, but really to motivate you if that's something you're struggling with at this moment in time. So Yolanda is there on 6481. Frida Joy, she's really popular on our show, and she has lots of regular callers. Frida Joy, people will spend time with her. They have strong connections with her, I believe. And Frida Joy is a psychic that very much enjoys what she does, and it really comes across within the readings. She's on 4636. You've also got Anistra, and you've got so many there. So what we are going to do is catch up psychics, so you get to know them, see how they work, try and squeeze a question or two. Now, is it Natasha through first? Natasha Williams. She's one of our studio psychics, and we're going to get her live on air now so you get to know her a little bit more. So hi, Natasha.
Hi, Adele. How are you?
Thank you, and Happy New Year. I don't think I've spoken to you yet.
I know. Happy New Year to you too.
So what's this year represent for you, Natasha? Anything you're working on?
Well, funny you should say that. Yes, I am going to be working on a production this year. Nice. Yes, so I'm getting things together at the moment. So,
amazing.
Yes, so
for people want to aware, obviously your background and your interests, a lot to do with theatre, acting.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I've always done it because I love that. But yeah, I also, trained into that's my other passion. And yeah, like you say, some acting. More recently, though, directing.
Perfect. Well, good luck with that. Now, what psychic reading tonight, Natasha? People come through the first time tonight.
Well, I think the thing is I'm very open, and as a lot of us say, we've heard it all before. And I like to really look at people's options and also look at maybe how others are reacting to them and trying to look into how they're working for that person.
Okay, nice. Let's see what's going on with some of these viewers that are watching tonight. A question here. We're going to get you to tune in and see what you can pick up. So this says, hi, can I have a love reading for the next 3 months? Anything exciting to look out for from Stargirl?
Hi, Stargirl. Thank you for your text. Look for you. Okay, let's see. Shy cards, and let's have a look. Okay, first thing I've got here, I've got the 7 of Cups for you, which is nice actually, because the 7 of Cups represents your dreams, it represents imagination. So next 3 months is very for you to be thinking about what it is you want. What do you want to be doing? And kind of putting yourself firstly. I've also got the Wheel of Fortune. Excuse me, which is talking about things going in a good direction.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. for your message there. I'm not too sure where we lost Natalia, so just bear with us. Viewers, if you have joined us, welcome to Psychic Today. I'm Adele Cobain. Evening. We got Raymond Casciavani. We have got Laura Dallaghan and Crown in tonight. You lucky things. But 9 o'clock onwards, we're going to be online. We have changed our format and our scheduling. So we now run on our TV channel from 5:30 till 9, and then after that we go online, and that's for our Psychic After Hours. It's special for you tonight. Something for a very long time, so I'm really excited. And it's going to be Karen Brown that's going to be doing this, so you might have an inkling of what it might be. We've got some nice conversations and topics coming out about love tonight as well. So that's from 9 to 12. We're going to be online. You can find us on social if you type in Psychic Today, or you can download the app, which you can do store, and that's Mystical. Do it through the web browser, which is www.mystical.com. So stay tuned for that. So we've got about an hour and a quarter, and we're going to be going online. Now we're going to be going through loads of questions, some more shout out today as well. But right now, some of our psychic services, and when we come back, catch you up with our psychics. Stay tuned.
Mystical, your personal psychic companion app. You can watch the show live, get direct access to our psychics and their profiles, get your readings cheaper, have full control over your spending, and never miss one of Mystical's exclusive offers. You can send a text from the app straight to the show. Instant message one of our psychics for a quicker private text response. Check the schedule so you know your favourite psychic is live. We'll even give you a free text to the show every time you top up £5 or more. T's and C's may apply. Register for free and create your profile by downloading Mystical from your store today. Keep it psychic.
The quickest and most direct way to call through and get that personal and private reading is to call us on 0907 004 0033 from your landline. Only £1p per minute plus your network access charge, or direct from your mobile on 87777 at only £1.50 per minute. It's discreet, it's easy, and after seconds of terms and conditions, you'll be through to the psychic of your choice.
Welcome back. Now, viewers, we're going to catch up in just a second for you. A bit of a sofa. Our psychic working from home tonight at Armstrong. Obviously, she does that in between calls, so as long as she's available, we can get her live on air. Karen Brown coming up shortly. She's going to be doing here, going through lots of your questions. Finally, we've got Laura Dallaghan on the phone line segment, and plenty of psychics logging out with some of them tonight, and we'll be speaking to a lot throughout the course of the evening. Make sure you're going to be mentioning it a lot because the format's changed. In case you're changing, we are live on our home Sky until 9 o'clock, and then 12 we are online on social media. It's on Psychic Today, or you can, which is the best way, that's Mystical, our show. We've got this coming up on that show, so I'm really excited. Lots of it will be coming from Karen Brown, but we've got some great conversation with some of the topics with the other psychics. Make sure you're over the age of 18, and please no finance, health, pregnancy, or legal matters. We're going to go and say hello to Victoria Armstrong now. She's going to come through live. Say hello to us all. She's going to get takeovers tonight. Let's go and have a little chat. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, how are you keeping?
I'm good, thank you. And how's life in your new area?
Es bueno. That's the word. I'm learning the language.
Good. You're settling.
I am indeed, yes. Loving the sunshine.
Perfect. Just quickly remind our viewers a little bit about how you work.
No problem. I prefer to work hands-free, just in terms of seeing, feeling and hearing. So it helps me tune into the situation the person's asking about, energy of it all as well. So I kind of take like a bird and then look at, whatever question, looking at the guidance in that sense, romance, or I was just talking to a lady there about the house move. Why wasn't her house situation not moving forward. So we looked at what was keeping it stuck. And sometimes it's something very simple, sometimes a bit more complex, but I think you know yourself, that's the sort of thing I like to get my sleeves rolled up and get in. So just getting people moving forward again, really.
Great, and if people can't work it out, where you from?
Sorry if I can't work it out.
If they can't work your accent out, where are you from?
Exactly. I'm from Northern Ireland, so I am.
Yes, you are. Brilliant. Now, I've got a question for you. You ready?
Let's go ahead. Yes,
so this is from Hopeful. Let's see. Any good news or surprises this few days? Had a rough few years. Thank you, Sagittarius.
Thank you for your text. Okay. You're not alone. There's people that are going through the same. They've started the new year with a bang or with a good start, and then things are just continue on. What I'm getting with I like the way you've asked the question, any good news or surprises. So you're setting the intention or staying open to the possibility of good news and surprises. That's great that you're thinking that way. Well done. Okay, so January, it's still a slow month. Be more specific. I've got the Temple Path card about goals. Be more specific about your goals, have a bit more detail to them, really fluff them up, and whether you can visualize or write them down or things like that. But that sounds maybe a bit sort of complex. But sometimes it's the simplest things like that help get things going again. Sometimes you're just saying to us, we want to bring you this, but we don't know what color, size, shape, whatever it is, and that's the one thing that's stuck. So all your areas, I've got the Victor card, so that's going to get things moving forward. It's going to bring in, even if you just put out some small goals at first, and then trust your intuition, strong intuition, but I feel a lot of it's not. And I've got the Envy card in terms of negative emotion, but that's other people around you putting their negativity onto you. So maybe just kneel up a little bit, and getting the hand up in terms of stop. Take their nerve, just move away from the negativity. So it's what to bring in. There's always opportunities and things like that for positivity come in. It's just staying open to it. I'm getting something about an old friend being in contact, somebody you haven't heard from a while, and they're giving me specific Friday, which is tomorrow. So that's the start of your nice surprise, and go with that one. Maybe it didn't end. Maybe he fell, just drifted away. I don't think he's fell out in a bad way. That one, because I think that will renew itself and stuff. So that's nice. So thank you for that. It's nice to text back. Nice to hear from you, Sag. Okay, enjoy the more positive things that are coming.
Great. Thank you very much. Sorry, were you going to say something else?
No.
Did you forget I was here? I thought you were going to carry on without me then.
I was just in the next.
I know, I can see you're about to read out the next question. Let me do it. Have a break. Enjoy it.
Yes,
here we go. Let me read out one more question for you. This says career reading around P. Doing contract work for him. Been a few hold-ups in the process, but it didn't come from my end. Haven't heard from him and afraid he isn't happy. What is his energy from G?
All right. Okay. No problem. G. Right, good meaty question, as Richard Oliver would say. So, okay, so P's confused about management, I think it's easier to say. Just kind of has it all in his head, what he wants, but then doesn't communicate things out. So I don't think you need to go and learn mind reading skills, it's just knowing his personality, and this is the way he does things. I've got Goddess of the Moon in terms of your emotions. The moon's all about emotions. Think about, is this somebody you want to work with? If he's, the hold-ups, sometimes when life is delaying things, there's hold-ups, there's blocks, and you can't get moving forward. Sometimes it's telling you those things are happening for a reason. Temple Path has come out again in terms of what are your goals? Is this something that you want to be? There's a lot of coaching maybe needed here in terms of asking the right questions. Do you want to be in this type of environment any longer? Is it going to help you get what you want in the long term? To me, it feels like a stopgap. There doesn't seem to be a permanent or long term feeling here. I've got the yin and yang. It's not really putting things in balance either, unfortunately. So it's not that he's not happy. He just doesn't communicate. He keeps everything close to the chest. It's kind of like he walks around his head over his shoulder. bit paranoid, yeah, and indecisive about things. So he would maybe give instructions or say something in the morning, but by the afternoon he's changed his mind again. But that's the nature of his work, it seems, you know. So in terms of what is his energy, I got the victory in terms of, but it's interesting because they're saying with him you can't win. That's just the way he is as a person. So you either accept that and keep going with it, or you have a real minor victory in terms of moving forward to something that's more in line with your energy. It just feels there's a mismatch of energy here between you and P. So I hope that helps, G. Thanks for your text. Love and night to you.
Ah, there you go. Thank you very much indeed. Well, thank you very much for that one, Victoria. We're going to leave you to it. Speak to our viewers at home. We'll catch up with you a little bit later on.
Okay, thanks, Adele. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. So Victoria Armstrong, she does our takeover sections, but I thought I'd be nice and read out the questions for her for that bit. She'll be joining us a little bit later on, but right now there's loads of psychics that are with us that you have access to, that you can have a reading with from the comfort of your home or wherever you're at. You don't need to make an appointment. You don't need to travel anywhere. You can actually have a minute reading. You can ask one question. It is down to you, but these psychics have done this work for a very long time. The majority over 30 years. This show alone has been running for over 14 years. They must be doing something right. Now you can access the psychics by calling the number if you want to pay by your phone, this number, and enter the PIN number of the psychic of your choice. Our receptionists are on hand. If you want to pay by credit card or debit card, they can put your transactions through, or if you simply want to know more about our show. Or the main option, of course, is the app, which you need to download, especially if you want to watch the show from 9 o'clock. We go off air on our home channel on Sky. We go online on social media. It's Psychic Today, or if you're downloading the app, it's Mystical. You can do that through the App Store or through the web browser, mystical.com. Right, well, to give me a little breather right now, we've got Karen Brown, our psychic, back here in the studio to go through those questions, who's often our host.
I am.
But doing a bit of everything tonight.
A bit of a mixture.
Yeah, you said you can multitask.
Well, we've got to, haven't you? Good job we can. Yeah, so you're going to have your well-deserved break now.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's
How's
fine.
the show been going for you tonight?
Nice, yeah,
Yeah?
nice and friendly and bubbly.
That's all right then.
Yeah, that's all matters. That's all matters. Once it's friendly and bubbly, that's all
Yeah,
matters.
good stuff. Well, let me get you started with your first question then. And it says, Karen, please, reading for my husband. He's 16th for the 747. Where will home be in 2019, in Spain or England, Sagittarius lady?
Okay, now what I do feel, I still feel England. At the moment, England is favouring. Not as though I think I would favour Spain if I was picking, but it just seems as though the work success is still very much around England, or maybe a contract or a commitment that we just can't move away from on a permanent level. I do feel there'll be more exploring of Spain, as in having holidays or checking out areas. I just feel Spain is still ahead, but I don't feel it in this year. I just feel I see it in a couple of years ahead, maybe in 2020, but I just don't pick it up in 2019. And you're a Sagittarius, and this is interesting. You're a Sagittarius, and the Page of Wands. Sagittarius are quite fast energy, quite driven. So as a Sagittarius, you may be thinking Spain. Your husband could be a little bit more wary or a little bit guarded. So if you did want him to make such a big change, he would need either an opportunity in Spain or a business in Spain or some encouragement. Because I know I've gone off a little bit different there. I still feel England if your husband stays working in the same way. But if you are that Sagittarius lady, I would never say that you couldn't motivate him, but it would take a lot of motivation. So I still feel England wins for a bit longer. Next message. Hi, can you see how Gemini feels about me and what's coming up for us? Thanks, from Scorpio. Let's get the card back that we just used and let's take a look at this. Giving the cards a shuffle. Right. Seven of Pentacles. He has got a nice personality, and I do feel he is a gentleman. I would say there's still more to come. There's still positiveness to come from this gentleman. you're the Scorpio, so you will find that the water sign is more sincere, and the water sign is often someone who wants to plan ahead a little bit more. Geminis can very much be in the moment, but they're good communicators. They're always cheerful. They have a sense of confidence about them. So you may find that with him, it'll be more random. It could be like where he'll give you 2-day warning before a date, or it may be the call, what are you doing tonight? Sometimes the Gemini can be more spontaneous than the Scorpio, where the Scorpio would be like, well, I want to know what outfit I've got, I want to know that my hair looks okay, I want to know that I'm ready for this date. Not because you're particular, because you're very much a planned person, and you like to be your best. Sometimes, very much with Scorpio, there can be a sense of sort of protection, there can also be a sense of perfectionism. So I want to say that he sees and feels a lot for you, and it takes a real special person to stimulate and occupy a Gemini's mind, because they're very fast in the mind. And I feel you do this. I think you two really interest each other and you complement each other. Next message, and it's Mystic Call. Will I get a full-time job anywhere in the school in 2019 for Mary? Now, straight away, Mary, as I was reading that, I get April and May. So between April and May, there will be an offer that will be on the table. Try not to be discouraged at the moment, because I have been bringing this up in quite a number of messages lately. You could be sort of in the school thinking, I feel you do another role in the school. I think you do another job, and it's as though, or whether you have worked there and you want a placement. I just feel experience around this school already, or whether you've took children to this school. And you could be feeling a little bit, oh, I'm not good enough. Why am I not getting asked? And truthfully, the decision of needing new staff hasn't even been decided on yet. So I still feel April, May for you, Mary. And then I feel you'll be in the school, working really nice, showing your initiative, and also having new friends and new colleagues. So let's see who is available. Quite a few psychics ready to take calls. So Luna, lovely Luna, go through and get your reading with Luna. I mean, my friend, I love her to bits. Victoria Armstrong, she's going to be doing, we've got Luna that's going to be doing some takeovers, and Victoria Armstrong is doing them at the present. So you've got Victoria right now, but they're both available, and Victoria Armstrong, and I call her Luna with the lights. So we have got Sherry, Frida Joy, who has been busy tonight, Jermaine Moore, Kevo, Teresa, and Anistra. So there's lots of psychics to choose from, and the quickest way is to head to the Mystic Call app and check out their profiles. Now, I've got a lady who it would be interesting to check out her profile, but I'm going to talk to her so she can tell us a little bit about what she does. And she's very friendly, she's very approachable, and she's very nice. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Trisha Hudson. Hi, Trisha.
Hello there. Thank you very much for that lovely introduction.
Well, it's true, isn't it? You're always cheerful, you're always upbeat, and you're a pleasure to chat to.
Ah, bless your heart. So are you. And have you been having a lovely evening this evening?
We have been having a nice night in the studio, and from 9 o'clock we've got changes on the show, so keep watching Trisha Hudson.
I will.
Good. So I'm telling all the viewers a little bit about you, saying, you know, she's very approachable, nice lady, nice lady, a psychic to connect with. Tell our viewers a little bit about how you work, Trisha Hudson, as a psychic.
Lovely. Well, thank you. Well, I do hope that when people do come through, especially, of course, when I'm at home, is that they feel that I like to try and help them put them at their ease, especially if they haven't had a reading before, because I do seem to get a lot of newbies, and that's nice. I do work hands-free most of the time, but obviously I can use cards and crystal balls and many other tools and things like that. But being from home, it's a privilege because I get to use the voice vibrations, and I can connect to others through their voice as well, and different situations, so it's really nice. But I do like to try and put people at ease and help them to sort of really find out what it is that they're really looking for if they're not sure. Because sometimes they come through and don't really know why they want a reading, they just feel they do. So we take it from there and see what comes up, and then between us, you know, we take it as far as deep as we can from there.
Well, can we get you to do all that in the text that's just come in for you? Yeah?
We'll try.
Here it is, and it's from the Mystic Call, and it says, will R ever be ready to come forward and meet me face to face in the future? From Pisces P.
You know what? Thank you very much for that question. Well, R is for ready, isn't it? So I feel that they will, but you may not have the conversation that you feel you ought to. Some people kind of go all around the houses before they get to what they're going to say, and I feel this might be a bit of a long, drawn-out situation. But, you know, don't expect it anytime too soon, but I feel there will be a time when that happens. But when that does, I feel that you may have even stepped back a little from that situation, or what you are hoping to hear or to, you know, get from it. And so it's almost like you're both meeting each other halfway at that time. So don't expect too much, but I feel you will probably be satisfied with what you get from them at the end of the day. All right, my darling? Thank you for your question. Bless you.
Thank you, Tricia. Thank you for joining the show from home. This is a wonder of technology. So our viewers can have us as studio psychics, and also people, you know, psychics working from home as well. So are you going to stay taking calls for a bit longer, Tricia, tonight?
I am. I'm not sure how long, but I feel I'm going to be here for a little while longer, yes.
Good.
All right, darling.
Have a lovely evening, and I'll speak to you soon.
I will. Lovely to speak to you, Karen. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There she goes, Tricia Hudson. And as I was just telling Tricia, we're going to have a little bit of a new show from 9 p.m. So if you are watching us on Sky, we do not want to lose you. We have got the Psychic After Hours. Let's put the word show on the end of it, because it's the Psychic After Hour show, and it's from 9 p.m. till midnight, as you can see there on your TV screen if you are watching. And you can access this on social media and also your Mystic Call app. So we're going to have topics, debate, we're talking about love, we've got surprises. So it really will be, I'm going to say that word, it really will be sociable and mystical for you. So come through and watch us from 9 till 12. And if you are watching on Sky, remember at 9 p.m. we will be saying goodbye to you, but come over. We have still got Luna free, we have got Frida Jai, Victoria Armstrong, your studio psychic but working from home, is also available, and Jermaine Moore and Kevo are your male psychics who are available right now if you want to go through and get a psychic viewpoint from one of our male psychics. Let's have a look. It says, this is a text from myself, and it says, hi, my latest temporary job ends on the 9th of January. I'm fed up with this situation. How soon will I be back in work? Will it be long term? Thank you, from Lee. Now, Lee, I get towards the 3rd and the 4th week of January that you will be back into a new job. And as a psychic, Lee, sometimes the ending of a situation can sometimes be the motivation that we need to make the change. I pick more of a permanent job, not a temporary job. So if it was a job that you felt that you wanted to leave, or you wanted to try something else out in the future, like another career, another profession, but this seems as though it will not be something short term. There may be a little bit of a trial period, there may be a little bit of a rolling contract where it sort of rolls. It's as though it's not totally guaranteed to be of long term, but it rolls and it rolls. So in that respect, you do get a job that you can, I'm getting the word, you can start planning with, because often when a job is a little bit temporary, if we were, say, wanting to get something in the future, say you wanted to change your car or something, when a job is a bit temporary, we think, well, do I make that commitment to maybe get that car? Do I make that commitment to buy or rent that house? Because sometimes when we're in a little bit of a limbo with the job not having the sturdiness, and I just feel that your life will feel so much more rewarded when there is a permanent job, and it will feel a lot more joyful for you in many other areas, like I've just said. We have another question for myself, and it says, will Jay's action relationship with me? Any timings? If so, need to know if it will happen, from Liz. So by the looks of it, you want a relationship with Jay. Let's have a little look. Sometimes a person does want a relationship with you, but there is stuff to sort out. And I'm not sure if there's a little bit of a triangle, or whether there is someone around Jay's past that he's trying to break away from, or maybe he's just respecting this person where he sees it a little bit quick to sort of dash into a new relationship, and he doesn't really want to perhaps hurt that person, because I don't think he's sort of committed to someone, but he may still have the respect that he doesn't want to sort of dive into that next relationship. I feel with you, Liz, you've got to accept that if this is going to get somewhere, it's going to be slow, and you could be waiting quite a few months before, you know, at least 2 or 3, before it comes to anything substantial. But keep the connection, keep the friendship, support each other. That's what I do like with you. You support each other, you're there for each other, but you just need to be spending a little bit more time in each other's company for this to be able to turn the corner of commitment. And I don't think the problem is with you, Liz, because I feel that you would be willing. So I just feel that Jay's actions are a bit hot and cold. One minute you sort of feel the emotion is quite intense, and the next you're a little bit confused by it. So I'm going to give the word random. If the emotional gestures are a little bit random, that is what I pick up. But communicate, try to sort of set things that we could do together, like going out at the weekends or making plans together, and just keep it flowing forward for the better relationship that I can see it having. Now, who's available? It's always quite exciting when I take to the tablet to see who is available. Now, Sherry, one of our newer psychics, but not so new now. Lotus, Dawn, Luna, Anistra, Victoria Armstrong, Grace is with us. Always love that name, Grace. I think it's got a lovely sort of softer vibration to it. And Amanda Eloise, nice to see Amanda working tonight. So if you're watching, Amanda, lovely to see that you're with the team. And Joe, I was looking out for Joe for a little while. So nice to see Joe. And if you are watching, so lovely to see that you are taking calls tonight. And we also have got spaces for lots of texts. Can you just say that again? Okay, right, he wants me to tell you how to send your texts in. Now, if you would like to text, you will only be paying £1, and that will be on the Mystic Call app. So that is the cheapest way. Go through to your Mystic Call app, compose a text, and it will come into the studio for any of the studio psychics or one of the at-home psychics who may answer it a little bit later on in the show. So do remember that is the cheapest way. But if you don't want to go through to your phone and you just want to dial a few numbers or text a few numbers, you can text, but it will be £1.50 to text, and the number is 87777. But do remember, the same text is coming into the studio, coming into the same psychic. So really, if you're only paying £1 on the Mystic Call app, and then you're paying £1.50 on the 877 number, you are halfway towards your next text. So what about that? So weigh it all up, get the best from the show, because we always want you to get the best from the show. We do have another message. Hi, please. I have can I have a reading for the next 4 weeks? Thanks the 22nd of the 6th, so we have got a Gemini here, just sort of stroke going into Cancer, so you're very much on the cusp. And let's have a look for the next 4 weeks. So you'll sort of end in January, going into February. Let's have a look. A card for each week. At the present, it's all about new ideas. It's all about new beginnings. So maybe that's why you're looking ahead for the next 4 weeks. What can it bring? The 10 of Wands, make wise decisions. Don't act in haste, because the 10 of Wands shows that we don't want you to act in haste. There is a little bit of a love element around the next 4 weeks, so not sure if you're waiting for someone to visit you or you're going to visit them, but there is that feeling of spending time with someone who is very special, but they will be on a romantic level. Now, you know, I feel you may know them, but if you don't know them, in the next 4 weeks there will be a connection with someone that you do feel like romantically involved with. The Two of Swords. Don't be so hard on yourself. Over these 4 weeks, bring that word into it, enjoyment. I want the enjoyment of it. I so want to like what I'm doing. Because I often feel if we're doing things that even if we're applying for jobs that we like the sound of, even if we're going out with friends and they pick us up, as long as we're doing something of what we're enjoying, you will feel that strong motivation towards feeling as though your life is improving. But it's very much to do with a lot to do with the new, and are you considering maybe a new job this year? But just because it was January, you don't have to fit it all in January, but you did say 4 weeks, and that would take you into Feb as well. Next message, and it's Mystic Call. Can I have a reading about psychic development, please? From Piscean Girl. Now, as you're a Piscean, you may have found, even without any cards, without any crystal balls, or without any tools, that you have a natural awareness. And where your awareness probably arrives is you can tune into the sensitivity and the emotion of people who are special to you. So it could be like your mum, your dad, your sister, your work colleagues, your boyfriends, or when you have had boyfriends. I often feel it can be the love interest that often wakes up the psychic ability the most. A bit like, what mood is he in? How does he feel? We're always tuning in to those people that we are emotionally attached to, for the good or the bad. It could be, I think they're in a mood with me, I think we're okay. And so now it's time to step forward with a tool of some sort. I'm being shown a crystal ball, so I do feel a crystal ball would be nice. And maybe a pack of cards. Don't have too many packs of cards, but have one pack of cards that you can really get into. And if you are going to buy them or choose them yourself, make sure that they're quite picturesque, because Pisceans tend to like things that are quite nice, quite mystical, a bit dreamy. So remember that word dreamy. But